shit.
Right as I unmute. I don't think that part came through though.
That'd be a great way to start the episode. Though. It's a great way
Gotta
to
wait
start
for
the
my
new
parents to
season.
come home.
Oh God, you poor
That's gonna
bastard.
be immortalized. That's gonna be there forever.
Oof.
Go on YouTube. It's gonna be there for
Go on YouTube. Someone's gonna download it. Blex is gonna download every episode.
Please.
Anyways, welcome back to Natural One. What's our sponsor today?
Welcome back to Natural One.
Glass Plus off-brand Windex.
we're actually
We
today we're
are
sponsored by
sponsored-
Fruit Gushers.
We're sponsored by Bella Delphine's porn video.
Well,
in
and we're
2 days.
canceled already.
I had
That
a
was
nice
quick.
wholesome one, and you guys
I had a nice
did
hole.
something disgusting.
I wish
Sponsored by
I wish your power
Liquid
was still out.
Powder. Wait, I didn't do anything.
You said you had a hole. Anyway, Joe might drop out of this session because his power could literally go out at any moment.
You too.
Thank God.
Mine, it's not even raining anymore.
Me.
But welcome back to Natural One. Last time, what did we do? I don't remember. Last time, they went to the astral plane to collect pieces of a sword for Alaric, sent there by the very powerful sleepy mage known as Vedastus. They then argued in front of his store and just noticed a very freaky-looking white figure just staring at them in the middle of the rainstorm.
As we approach colonialism, we have to.
As I whitewash this Arabic city. Yes.
Arabic.
No, Arabic.
It's Arabic.
It's whatever I want it to be.
All right, so let's see how this session goes.
Fireball.
Go broke.
Also, I'm drunk.
Literally, not in game.
Both.
Now, expanding more on last session, however, each of the party members saw several things from their past, except Roger, who saw very scary flying things killing everyone, and now he's frightened and also drunk. Oh, they also saved a very frail, scared man that they named DeVito.
Do we still have that?
You told Vedastus to
Not
watch
DeVito.
him.
The other thing you just said that I forgot. What do you?
You said you found the frail man DeVito. What else?
I don't remember what you said. All right. Keep going.
This is off to a great start.
You kept talking and it just kind of.
You're currently outside Vedastus' house of the strange and mundane, arguing
I'm
over
pretty sure
your
I'm the
current
only one who
plans.
didn't notice him.
Yeah, Roger has not noticed. However, Gree, Alaric, and Maerk, you've all noticed this cloaked figure with very light white skin and white hair just staring you down from the opposite side of the street. The rain falling around him seems to freeze midair before touching his skin.
Can we get a
I
visual?
spit to the
of it?
side. No, I spit to the side and mutter, "Elves."
You can tell he is elvish,
All right.
and he is
well.
just watching from afar.
I just kind of stop arguing with the giant ogre retard, and I
And now we're banned again.
And now we're banned. Can't say that, Jake.
stare at the cold guy, and I just sort of lift up my sword and point to him and say, "Got a problem over there, buddy?"
You notice
So I say we start going.
the eyes seem to reflect light in a very odd way, almost like a cat's, but not quite. Very bright yellow, just staring you guys down, unmoving.
Hey, Mark,
The
you
rain
seem
just
like you
floating
wanna
around him.
Get out of here real quick, will you? What's the hurry?
Maybe we should take this problem head on.
No, that's a bad idea. Mark, why
Well,
are you so hesitant? It's just some asshole.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah, no shit. We just came out of a different dimension. What are you so afraid of?
Please elaborate on this, because I'm kind of confused.
Hey, you! Come here,
you're
elaborate.
drunk. So,
They are not moving.
Hmm.
Just staring Mark
They-
down.
well, basically, you know how I was like,
I'm a monkey.
you know how I was like imprisoned for a period of my life.
Did that happen?
Right,
Yeah, you said something like that.
Yeah.
right.
I've mentioned in passing before, casually. Yeah, well, it was those guys, and they want me back.
All right. Well,
Oh, so we got to kill him, is what you're saying?
well, let's not kill him just yet. How much do you think you're worth? Ballpark.
Ask him, not me.
What's his self-esteem, is what you're asking?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, as a ballpark, as a starting number, you can't start bids without a starting number. I could say 20 gold and just, I mean, to me, you're worth a lot more than that. Just saying.
Alaric, I have a feeling if they're willing to hunt him to a completely different country, they're probably not gonna take gold for him.
You think they'll take, like,
an
platinum?
idea. Just an idea.
I mean, I got this. I got a neat crossbow I can give him. Oh no, we just went through all of our stuff to barter with that weird garbage.
Oh god,
just
we have
gonna, like,
nothing.
I'm just
No,
gonna
I still
stand
got the
between.
crossbow I can give away.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand
it's
between
more
Mark and him
a-
and just say, "You want to come down and just talk this out for a second, buddy?" Sure.
How
we
much
can
do you
come
think
to
he's
something.
worth?
You see the elven figure kind of put their hand up to their ear, and you can see their mouth move ever so slightly, and put it back down, and they begin walking.
What
Listen,
language?
Mark,
What
listen,
language?
You can't hear them.
What language, frog?
It's too quiet.
Mark, I'm gonna be real with you, okay, bro?
Okay,
I
okay.
have
I'm
blind
not
sight.
gonna sell you. But if that number is really, really high, okay, I want to see the gold up front. We'll kill them afterward. Maybe. Just saying.
The fact of the matter is, I don't think it's a monetary value that you're
Yeah,
gonna
I have a feeling money.
Can you guys shut the fuck up and go
money
follow him?
He's
Where are
walking
we
away
following?
from
He's
you.
coming to us.
No, he's
Not
walking
walking
away.
away.
No, he's
Oh,
walking away.
Okay, well,
Joe, go
I'm gonna
follow
s-
him. You're
I'm
the
gonna say
quick ninja
Alright,
guy.
I teleport to the
I'll
roof and then
float
follow.
up. I'll float up with Gree and start
Alright,
following
let
him.
those two do that. Listen, Mark, we have to talk things out. We have to hash things out. What's going on here, okay, buddy?
I'm just saying he probably just
We'll probably
told.
walk
Now
into
is not
an
the time to
ambush,
talk
Roger.
about this. We're gonna have to do something.
Probably
We'll
just
talk and
told
walk. Come on.
Okay. He probably just told like.
Frog, I'll give them telepathic directions.
Okay.
I'm following him. This.
Okay, so anyway, go on.
I'm just
Shut
saying.
the fuck up.
So, Gree,
No.
you went where?
Probably did like sending. or
I'm on a
something.
roof, but I can also just fly between roofs.
Yeah.
And
Poor
teleport between
Vesper, he was actually talking and he keeps getting interrupted. Vesper, go ahead. I want to
No,
hear
this
it.
is. I'm used to this, so.
them. Go ahead, Vesper. I'm listening.
I was just saying he probably like told everyone.
I mean, I have no doubt about
Same.
that. You think there's more than one, right?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Well, listen, I don't see why you want to run so fast. We're in a city full of friends. We got plenty of people.
Well, now it's not so full of friends anymore.
Oh yeah, just because some asshole walks into your house, you get the rest of your family to kick their ass.
Well, yeah, but like, these are some pretty strong assholes.
Oh yeah, but it's an entire city. I reckon we could probably get the mag data on this if we need to.
I
Well,
got a
no,
pretty
he
strong
is in
asshole.
on it.
I don't think he is.
No, he is. Not
How do
not,
you know?
not in on it on their side, on our side.
I mean, again, I don't doubt that. He probably has a lot of information, but listen, we're not running away just yet. Unless it turns out they can shoot stars from the palm of their hands and blow
Like
up
everyone
houses
else
with
you
a
fight.
and blow up a house or a castle with a look. We're in a nest of friends. If they want to get to us, they have to go through a lot of people.
They already got to us.
Gosh,
Obviously.
of villages being exploded.
uh,
I mean, sure, it's not hard to walk up to us, but if they show themselves to be hostile, we'll have bodies, walls, forts. We've got my fort.
Genius.
Don't worry about it. We're safe.
I don't think we are.
I think we are. Everything's pointing to the fact that we are safe.
Okay, what were we gonna say?
Besides
Frog?
standing right in front of us.
so Gree, you teleported onto the roof of where?
I don't know. Is there roofs around
You are
us?
you're currently under an awning next to Vidas's place, and then there's a large, wide street. You know this street leads down. If you take the right path, it would lead to the Temple of the Broken Eye, and left leads back into the cat alleys. There are a few
So,
roofs scattered about.
Asses' roofs.
Alright.
Is he just walking or
He
is he
is-
running?
It's obviously a
He's
more
trying to
brisk
disappear
walk.
into
It's a
the shadow.
brisk walk, but it's not running.
Well, I can just float over the building.
Yeah,
so,
he's-
like,
he's
enjoy
noted-
it.
You're telling us
He's noticed
their
you.
directions, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I just tap the ring and I say, Gree, you think you can get the rest of your Broken Eye troop in on this? See if you got some allies running around. Might start tracking them
Oh, yeah.
faster.
Yeah, I'll tap my forehead.
Just slap herself on the forehead.
Yeah. Contact A.
What do you say?
Hey, A, buddy, I.
That all you say?
Well, I'm trying to get him to respond. I want him to be awake. You know, it's pretty late and it's raining.
It's like midday. Yes, agree.
We need some help. We have a snow elf.
You need
We
help with
might
us.
need help. Like,
What kind of help are you asking for?
he's from, you know, Maerk. He's from where Maerk came from. Wherever that is. Yeah.
And you need help capturing
keeping
him,
an eye on
killing him,
making
watching
sure-
him.
Capturing probably.
I'll send a few people out. Shear's in town. I'll see what she can do.
Okay. Thank.
All right, then I just
Should I shoot him? I'll say into the ring.
I'll tap my ring and say, no, don't shoot him. If he's got friends, we can follow him, find out where the rest of them are hiding at. I'm gonna see if I can take Maerk into a place that's got more people in it, more public.
I
The bigger the
think we
public
should-
space, the less likely they are to attack us.
If we're following this guy, we should go together.
I'm not exactly the stealthiest person. Now there's Maerk. Just follow them, see where they go, and we'll take care of it when we can. But right now, most important thing is making sure Maerk is safe.
You got no, Alaric. Follow me. Follow where I
Most
tell you to go.
important thing is making sure these guys.
You would
Stay dead.
you would notice he was not hiding from you. He made his presence known, and then he's walking away.
We should go and nip this problem in the bud.
All right, Mark, what do you think? What would you rather do?
What are my choices?
No, we can go to a
Nip it in the
public.
bud.
We can go to a
Or-
public spot, hide out there, make sure that you're safe, and then build our resources and attack when we're most able. Or you can do what those guys want to do and nip it in the bud.
For what would my opinion be of the strength of these elves?
Uh,
I'm asking a specific question that I don't actually know the answer to right now. Okay.
You would know that you and the other people who were part of your sect were pretty powerful, and the people above you were even more powerful. You weren't quite sure. You didn't get enough of a glimpse to see what level of authority this person held.
I didn't see their badges,
Nope, they were wearing a large, like, rain cloak.
but like, okay, I'm just gonna say to Larry, look, I don't know exactly who all they've got here. Maybe they don't have the main forces in the city yet, but we can't take on an army.
I don't think they'd send an army.
Well, you don't need
I
that
mean-
many people for an army.
I mean, you.
I mean, you kind of.
Well, you do, but I get what you're saying. I don't think they're going to try and invade this country to get to you, and if they do, that's starting a war.
I'm saying
A war I
they're
think
gonna
they'll
send-
lose.
They're gonna send like the SEAL Team 6, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of a seal.
Wait.
What do you heard
Seals
of a seal?
exist?
Seals exist.
I haven't heard of it.
Mark
Never
would be
seen
the
one
only one
myself.
who's ever seen a seal.
Y'all got no zoos around here?
The closest thing to a zoo is the menagerie, and you don't
I
want to
don't
get
think
there
the
and bring the
seal is
kids.
gonna last long in Arabia, what this place is basically. But look, I get what you're saying. So, what do you think? Nip it in the bud, or are they too dangerous and should we hold off until we have a better spot?
As I said, I don't know how many people are here.
If we wait, innocents might die. If we go to a public place, innocent people might die.
They're not gonna purposely kill innocents. But
Do
I
you?
don't believe that. Not with
Hey,
everything you just told
He's
me.
from that land. I'll take his word for it.
it'll. Yeah, I mean, they
As
don't
the
have to-
police
Oh, they're
come.
coming.
Here they come!
Here comes the Temple of the Broken Eye.
They want as little. They want as little to do with this country as you want them to be doing with this country.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
What were you? Why did they want to? Why did they want to keep you specifically?
This is a very long conversation for just trekking someone over a few buildings.
Me and you, Loyal, we're moving, and they're just kind of
Yeah,
like.
I'm just
slowly
letting
walking
I'm letting them
behind us.
talk, but you guys are continuing to move. I'll get to that after they finish.
Well, basically, I was the
I'm
kind of
monkey.
pet project.
It's an experiment.
I mean,
I'm assuming you're saying this all over the ring too, so we can hear.
It's up to you. Are you saying this over?
It's
If you want, I don't care.
it's
But
going through us through the wonderful bird of metagaming.
The metagaming pigeon.
Metagaming pigeon.
But are you saying this publicly or just saying it to me?
I mean, I'm saying it to you, but the other people are like, I mean, it'd just be weird to say it over the ring. But like,
Okay.
I figure I'll explain it to you guys at some point in like a tavern or whenever we sit down after this.
That's a long.
All right.
That's a long
So
time.
from what I'm getting from this is that you're some kind of experiment, right?
Mark,
Well, like-
you know the project you were part of to be called the Growth Project. You do not know what you were called.
I was drinking when you said that word. Can you say it again?
The Growth Project.
Growth. Okay. Yeah.
That's why you're 10 feet tall.
I mean, I was that big already. I was supposed to get taller.
Well, if that's the case, do you think they'd want to keep you quiet? Do you think
About-
they'd want to keep your existence as quiet as possible?
Yeah.
Then I think that going to a public space is going to be our best bet. If they want to keep you quiet, if they want to keep the fact that you exist quiet, they'll want to avoid watchful eyes. So we're going to go to a public space, and I'll just get on the ring and say, so they might be a lot more dangerous than we think. I don't think we can take them on right now. We're not sure. At least
If we let
Mark
them
isn't
go,
sure.
more people will show up.
Maybe.
We can't let that happen. We have to get this done now.
If that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop you, but I'm going to take Mark somewhere safe. I made a promise, and I'm going to keep it.
Keeping Mark safe means taking care of this now. Mark, if you want to come along, come along.
It's up to you, Mark. What do you want to do?
I mean, I'm gonna be the most knowledgeable about what's going on.
You know
So
they're
rubbing
probably
your
going to
fucking
send more.
hands together, Frog. I can hear it.
I'm a little
You
cold.
know they're going to send more people with us, for us. If we don't take care of this now and get out.
It's your choice, Mark.
I say we at least get a look at what we're dealing with right now, because that could also decide how quickly we get out of the city after that.
We'll talk about that after, but until then, Gree and Roger, just follow him, see how many there are. If there's more than, say, 4 of them, we're gonna hang back. If there's maybe 2, we can probably take them.
Well, you
Roger
keep
that,
close.
Captain.
At least
Uh,
keep close,
Yeah,
so we don't have to
we'll
run
stay
too
in
far.
public areas near where you like.
Yeah, we'll find a spot. But
Uh,
don't worry about us.
You guys have
you're in, like,
noticed,
chat
however,
alleys, right?
during this very long rainstorm over a week, most people are choosing to stay inside. Most of the streets are pretty barren lately.
We'll find an
Well, then
inn
you
or
should've said
something
that
next
earlier.
to it.
I did. I said that last
No,
session.
He did.
Well,
But we
last
can find an inn or
session-
something next to it.
Last
Don't worry.
session was
Just remember these things.
10 years.
10 years ago.
Gree, how many temple members can you get here?
3.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
We're just gonna have to-
I'll check in. How many temple members I?
I'm sending
Wait,
cheer, and I'm doing recon of my own, and you're also out
forgot the
there.
most important part.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. Is that including you or no?
That's including me.
All right, I'll take it. Okay.
He's sending the drow.
Cheer is a tiefling.
The tiefling.
I still
Alright,
think you guys should stay
Drow,
close in
Tiefling,
case they
we're
do
gonna-
attack you.
we're gonna
And
stay
we're not
close.
close.
Don't worry.
I was it wrong, Frog. Technically, I is a drow.
He's a half drow.
We're gonna stay close, but again, I don't think they're gonna straight up attack us right now. We'll
We
see
don't
how
know
it
how bad
goes.
he wants them. They want them.
We'll see how it goes.
Alright, so what you guys doing?
I'm following
Uh,
him as sneakily as I can.
I'm
You
gonna
still check.
try and find like a. Good.
It's dark out, right? Because it's raining.
It's not pitch black, but it's fairly dark compared to how it usually is, especially in
So you're
this
saying-
city.
The darkness spell is gonna stand out.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and find like an inn or something, somewhere that we can get inside.
Alright.
That's close by to wherever they stop.
Yikes.
Alright,
Well,
Gree,
he's still below.
Gree, if you're sneaking, I'd like you to make a stealth check.
I did. I
He's-
got a
he's
12.
still rolled below it.
Don't mean anything.
I mean, natural 20 start don't mean anything. Come on.
Roger, you're a large man floating through the city.
I
a
assume
big
I'm like
guy.
stealthing.
I
through
imagine you're,
chimneys and
like,
stuff.
Moving through buildings, and he is
True.
he is still slowly walking down the streets. The rain around his head, just like freezing before it touches him and falling off of his cloak. And he's walking towards the cat alleys.
Well, we're still on like roads.
I'll
where, like,
call
there's
in and
barely
say
any
he's walking
buildings.
towards the
Yeah.
cat alleys.
We're
Uh,
gonna imply.
I'll tell-
Lloyd, we're gonna imply that's already happening, so you don't
Yeah.
have to. Actually.
I'm
Uh,
gonna tap my ring again. Wait, actually, what are the cat alleys like? Are they really tight?
the cat alleys are where a lot of old homes were built over on top of each other
Kinda like
before the
pubs.
city was
I mean,
really
like,
put together.
in terms of like space, is it
Tight-
like a really tight space?
Tight hallway or tight alleys, kind of winding path. It's almost like a maze at the very edge of
I'm
the
gonna
city.
tap my ring again and say, cat alleys, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Probably a trap. Be careful. Stay on the rooftops.
I mean, I feel like staying on the rooftops is a worse idea. Do you remember what happened with like the Prowler all way back when? He
I
attacked
remember, but you can
me on the
basically
rooftop.
fly now.
I mean, it's not really basic flying; it's literal flying.
Well,
Roger's
then
been
what are you
basic
complaining about?
Floating. I'm not gonna be on the roof. I'm gonna be like slightly under the roof. If you follow my
Don't
meaning.
understand, but again, stay out of the alleyways directly. It's probably gonna be an ambush.
What are they gonna do? Throw a net at me?
Gree says as a net is thrown.
Net cannon.
Vijay.
Gree and Roger, as he's entering the cat alleys, both of you would notice he just makes a glance at both of you. He knows you're. He knows you're
Yeah,
behind him,
I got a fucking 12.
and he's walking through them. And you're teleporting and
I'm gonna pull
floating
out my
over the
sniper
roofs.
rifle.
Okay.
Just have it.
Okay. You
Do I
continue.
find like an inn or something?
You're looking
We
for
haven't stopped.
an inn.
Yeah. Somewhere that's
you would
there's
have.
plenty of people.
You would have found like an inn or a hovel.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it
But it's not
near
gonna be
where they
there
went
as
into
big.
the cat alleys?
The cat alleys are mostly homes, but they have a few inns around the edge.
Yeah, we're just gonna be following slightly behind, staying with a bunch of people, just so we're not stabbed in the back unexpectedly. So
Okay.
that's how we're gonna be moving.
Alright.
Like cover to cover, basically.
Okay, like a third-person shooter.
Cover is a- man,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
Roger and Gree, he is still slowly walking through the cat alleys, his footsteps reverberating against the tight spaces.
Okay.
I'd like both of you to make perception checks.
Yay! Can mine be investigation?
No.
Fuck.
You both
Should've
notice
helped
him
each other.
remove the rain cloak and just toss it aside onto the ground, but he is continuing to walk.
Can I throw a rabbit at him?
You can try.
Nah, let's keep going.
Make a rabbit
Oh, I
attack.
could add inspiration to that, but
I'll keep going as stealthy as I can.
Alright, another stealth check.
okay.
You two kind
As
of
we're walking around, do we find his cloak?
he's unless you're in the cat alleys, or would you like
Yeah,
to be in
that's
the
where
cat
we're,
alleys?
like I said, we're going cover to cover. So
Alright.
You said you were in an inn.
The inns,
Yeah, we're
the inns
following-
aren't in the cat alleys. In the cat alleys, is mostly just old homes and hovels.
oh, okay, okay.
So you can hide behind like
We're gonna have to-
buildings.
We're gonna have to go in at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're following that path, you would find his cloak just laying on the ground.
Can I inspect it to see if I recognize?
Well, hold on
any
now. We gotta
insignia?
hold on there.
I'm doing this while
Let
I'm
Vesper
walking.
do
I'm
his
not
thing.
gonna. I'm not
It
gonna bend
it just
over.
appears to be a black
Get
cloak.
up.
A black cloak meant for protecting one's clothing from the rain.
Okay, so it's just a ring.
Yeah, it's just a
Nothing
rain
special.
coat. Nothing special.
I figured like that you left it there and you mentioned that it was there. So
I know what I did.
It has a
Check
knife.
off
It has a
the-
bomb in
It
it.
has a knife in it. Gree and Roger, you managed to sneak into like the crevices atop the cat alleys and the larger buildings, or behind chimneys or on stoops. But you still managed to keep an eye on him. He's obviously not trying to hide from you, and he's continuing to walk ever so briskly down through the cat alleys. He turns
How
left,
far
he
away
turns
from
right. You guys are probably Roger's probably about 60 feet. You're probably about 45 feet.
I can fly.
Are you teleporting from roof, or are you just flying?
Doing both. When
Uh,
it's too far, I fly, and when it's not far enough, I teleport.
Well, you're as how far as you want to be. You
I'll be
can't
like,
if you
oh,
get
I'm
if you
about
get
60
if you
feet
get
away.
too high up, you kind of lose sight of him in the tight narrow
Yeah,
alleys.
Yeah, so I'll be. Yeah, 45 is fine.
Alright.
I'm gonna contact him telepathically.
Alright, what do you say?
I'm gonna say. There's a ghost.
You see him stop and just continue walking.
Alright.
Gree, you're closer, so make another perception check.
Can Roger help me?
Can I?
You're too far away now.
How do
Okay.
you help with the perception check anyway? Just like look.
Open their eyes a bit more. But Alaric and Mark, as you're walking down the alley, carefully sneaking between buildings and following Gree's directions, you almost get lost once because he says left 3 times. Both of you make perception checks.
Okay. After this, there's one other thing I want to do.
Oh, I have advantage, Frog. Oh wait, never mind. It's midday.
Yeah.
I have advantage because I'm blindside. Wait.
Your blind sight's only
percent.
40 feet.
The one thing that I want to do is, do I see any homeless people walking, just sitting around?
You would have seen a couple.
All right, I'm just gonna start paying them to gather around us.
Okay. Well, since you guys rolled bad
We
perception,
don't need
Alaric, would you be in front of Mark?
Yeah,
Make a dexterity saving throw.
will do.
Nice.
And dexterity. Okay, 13. I
13.
think it's something with this cloak, right? Does it do something?
Gives you higher
You
AC.
didn't pick up the cloak.
Okay.
Mark, as you and Alaric are walking, you see, and as the homeless people kind of gather around you, following for money, you see Alaric step onto a brick in the road, and you see it start to glow ever so slightly blue in a circle, and ice, jagged shards of ice, just fly out towards you guys. And you failed, so Mark, make a dexterity saving throw too.
Do we hear this?
You would have heard this.
Is everything alright down there?
As jagged pieces of ice shunt
it's
out
fine.
of the ground, stabbing you and Mark. Mark, you pass, so you take half damage. Some of the homeless people die. just get stabbed by shards of ice.
I'll say less money.
You'd be in front, but a lot of the homeless people are kind of like backing away now, seeing the ice kill many of them.
I just
I'll tell-
shake my boot a little bit, get some ice off of it, just crack my knuckles and say, "All right,
Get some blood off your boot.
let's get
Kick the
working."
homeless guy who fell off you.
And as we're walking, how long do you think it's gonna take to reach there? Because I can spend 10 minutes with.
It would not be
with
10
you
minutes.
guys.
It would not be 10 minutes.
It will not be 10 minutes. Okay.
But Roger and Gree, you see him enter a much wider alley full of barrels, people's homes, a bit of
Oh, I don't like this.
leftover like grain and materials getting soaked in the rain, and he stops at the very edge of it and stands still.
Can I check it?
So
No,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
spend.
Shut up,
I'm,
Jake, Jake,
hang on, wait.
Jake,
Okay,
Jake,
go ahead.
Jake,
Go ahead.
Jake,
Go ahead.
Jake. Can I take out? Oh, is this the alley? Okay,
Yes,
never mind.
yes.
Go ahead, Jake.
You fucking idiot. Okay. So I'm guessing it's gonna take about a minute to get there, maybe.
About, yeah.
Okay,
3
so-
minutes.
Let's see.
Do you want to position where we would be?
Mark
Yeah.
and Alaric would not be here yet, but you two
Yeah,
would.
so do you
Yeah.
want me and Gree?
Yeah, go ahead and put yourself where you would like to be.
Okay.
No, personal kid.
Personnel kid.
Let's see. Hang on.
Depends on how big this map is. Hold on.
Jesus Christ, Joe, pick a side.
I'm moving around. Calm down.
I think I can
Maybe
roll
it's-
an extra. Yeah, I can roll an extra one. So just turn this into that. So you guys have 12 temporary HP.
Us or
You said
Everybody
it
has
wasn't
12
10 minutes.
No, it's 1 minute.
Oh.
Yeah, I can. No, that feat is 10 minutes, but I'm using a class thing, so I can just roll a certain number of dice and then use those to
what's
give
its
you guys
effective
temporary
range?
HP. As long as you guys can hear me, and I've got the ring.
Does that count, Frog?
I'll say it counts.
Gotta make a rolling.
It's you have staticky temporary hit points, like it's on a TV screen.
Do I have a clear view of him from where I am?
Yeah, you do.
Do I have a clear view from?
So you guys have 12 temporary
Do I have any
HP,
cover?
and
You are on top of the roof. It's pretty flat. There's like a little bit of a lip, so you have, and you're also very big, so you have like.
I'm not asking for like
Yeah.
cover. I'm just
Do
asking
I have
for like.
cover where I am right now in like under the roof in this alley?
You
Uh,
can
I
hide
mean,
there.
what I'm doing, Frog, is I'm flying like right under the
Yeah,
lip of the roof.
I understand. You would have more cover than Roger, that's for sure.
Okay, so can I move myself or?
You guys would not
No.
be there yet, so it's Roger and Gree. What are you guys doing? He's just standing there, arms folded behind his back, staring down at the
I'm gonna
edge of
shoot
the
him
alley.
with my sniper rifle.
Make an attack roll.
I don't know what that is. I don't have.
I
it'll
gave
just
it.
be dexterity.
Dexterity.
And just be
Just
dexterity.
dexterity.
8. It's gonna break. It's gonna break on me.
Wait, you rolled a natural
No.
one?
No, I rolled an 8.
Oh, you rolled an 8. You're not really sure how this weird gnomish contraption works. You poke out of the alley, fire. Roger, Mark, and Alaric, you hear a very, very loud boom. And Gree, you notice you hit a barrel on the far side of him, and it's leaking fish water.
Okay, but it didn't break.
The rifle did not break. However, you can tell the barrel's shaking a bit.
Okay, I put it away and I take out my spear and I start poisoning it.
Okay.
And I go back behind cover because
He's
I'll yell out.
just looking at you as you enter cover.
I'll yell out from where I am. He's kind of an idiot. Sorry.
don't. Why would you undermine my very intimidating, purposeful miss?
Yeah, just ignore him. He's
Why would
harmless.
you do this to me?
He does not seem to react.
How dare you? How
Not even
dare
a smile, man. Come on, lighten up. We're just gonna kill you, probably, maybe. I wanted to talk this out.
He's not moving towards to attack you, even though Gree just shot at him.
I did not. I purposely missed.
Right. But Alaric and Mark, you would enter this alley. It widens out, and you see him standing at the very far edge.
Hey, Frog, can I fly while enlarged?
All right. When you roll initiative, so just keep that in mind. So when we roll initiative, you can call your loyal retainers within 60 feet a surge of inspiration. Affected creatures can add your charisma modifier to their first attack roll, and my charisma is 5.
Okay.
No one's near you, but loyal.
No, yeah, I entered, so this is.
Do you
where
want us
we're
to
at
roll
now.
initiative?
Yeah, roll
me.
initiative.
Okay. So then you guys can add it at
Hey.
plus 5.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I didn't
Plus
click
5
on
doesn't work for me,
myself.
Jake, because I'm not within 60 feet.
No, it's not gonna. No, it doesn't affect you.
I'm gonna roll for him again because actually, Gree, do you want to go first or after him? Because you have the same
Toss
dex.
me on there because I didn't click myself.
Well, he has.
Yeah, you can go first.
What'd you get, Alaric?
11.
Mark, as you enter the alleyway, you see this white elven figure, and you can instantly see on the robes that are now uncovered. He is a member of the Wise Owls, which
At
is
170 feet.
yeah. You have very good eyes, but you can tell from the gold inlay of the white cloak, the black accents, and the tight collar that leads up, almost like a turtleneck, but less dorky. He's a member of the Wise Owls, which are a very elusive, secretive ring of what you know to be spies.
Okay. That doesn't
Did
really.
my bullet?
No reason to
Sorry,
tell
go
anyone that.
Yep.
Won't change anything.
Roger,
Did I?
Unless
you're
they're
up.
like super OP. Please nerf.
You would know
I'm-
they're used to infiltrate other people's countries.
Okay.
Can I bonus action hide?
Uh,
I mean, is there
you'd
like
have,
enough space?
you'd have, you're very big. You'd have disadvantage.
Alright, fuck it. Shit. I fall face first off the roof, but I'm floating, so I just go back up like Michael Jackson lean. And I'll just fire twice.
Who's
Alright.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah, who's Michael Jackson?
29 hit.
29 does hit.
19. I'm guessing
Plus
I don't
5.
think
Let me get out my calculator.
So that's 19, 24.
24. Second attack. 26. 10. So that's 34 points of damage.
The two arrows kind of like scrape his side near his kidney and one near his clavicle.
We could have talked this out.
You see like
He didn't
cold
say anything.
mist kind of form at his wounds. His eyes close and reopen. Is that the end of your turn?
I'll just crouch and yeah, that's my turn.
Mark?
So I'm gonna cast Flicker.
Oh, I'll make him blind, by the way.
There's no
Probably
saving
have
throw
to
in there.
say that. You probably
You're,
have to say
you
that before
you
the
gotta
end of
say
your
that
turn.
for the end of your turn.
Alright, fair enough.
And
Teleport, Mark. You can do it.
oh yeah, I can teleport half my movement, which is 10 feet.
You really need like a ring of just minor
Just
speed.
take Gree's boots.
I got shoes.
Buy some boots. Make Vedastus
Now the
like pay
question is,
to Vedastus
do
for
I
plus
do I
10 boots.
do I fireball?
Go for it.
Okay.
You can add +5 to that attack too, so. And
Fireball's
use
not
your
an attack.
inspiration in case you roll low.
I don't have
Fireball's
any
not an
inspiration.
It's not a roll for fireball.
We got inspiration, didn't we, Frog?
Uh,
Yeah,
Mark
Yeah, we did.
Mark has inspiration and Alaric has
I
inspiration.
do. I
Where'd
do.
get it from?
No,
You
Mar-
gave it to
Mark-
everyone.
When you level up, it resets. And I gave one to
Yeah,
Mark
but you
and
did.
Roger last session.
And me.
Where'd I get it from?
I don't. Frog said he gave everyone inspiration. I don't know what he's talking about. He's
Okay.
gay.
Guess
So you're
I'll
saying
chuck a fireball.
Alright, is it fire or ice?
It'll probably be ice at this point, you know.
Alright.
as
I mean,
it
he is from the ice land. Keep that in mind.
Okay, I don't have a choice though. It's not an actual in-game choice, an out-of-game choice.
it's kind of an in-game choice.
No, it's not.
Alright.
It's not something.
I know,
Uh,
but
he
I
can
mean,
control.
character-wise, would your character shoot ice at someone
No,
from the
no.
ice land?
He doesn't choose.
He
to
doesn't
shoot
choose.
ice.
It's every rest.
It's me out of game choosing.
Okay, okay.
You
Which-
see,
it is
you
on.
launch the tiny little mote of ice. The rain around it, it grows in size and hurtles towards him very quickly. Slams into the ground, creating a large batch of ice and cold and jagged spikes. And you see him slowly.
His wounds heal, right?
He slowly absorbs the cold air that it's created,
Mhm.
Did you just heal all of
and he
them?
heals 31 points of damage.
Thanks, Mark.
Hey, you know, wasn't my choice.
I ran out of music because that
You
song was
just
only 3
fucking-
minutes.
You're jerking yourself off to that healing, aren't you?
A little bit.
You just undid all of my damage.
No, he did
All
4
but
damage.
4.
uh,
All but 3. I'm guessing we see him
Huh?
kind of like bolster up a little bit.
I mean, he has orbit. We can make the
Yeah.
assumption.
yeah, you see
better now,
the
yeah.
cold wind and air get sucked into his body, and the wounds that you created vanish.
Maybe ice isn't the best idea for the ice person.
You're as cold as ice.
And
Might
now,
shoot Gree next turn.
no, now it's his turn, and he is going to.
Actually, you know what? I could be a dick. I really could be.
You have to
We
be
didn't
within
do
a
any-
certain range.
He has full HP.
No,
'Cause you
he's
add
missing-
5.
He's missing 3.
You had 5 from my charisma thing.
That's you said that to the attack roll.
Yeah.
Not the damage.
No, on damage.
I don't think spells count.
To their first attack roll. Okay, never mind. I take back first.
Yeah, attack roll, not damage or spells. All right, so it's his
So
turn.
he's missing no health. He's actually at full health.
Yeah. And he is going to. He's going to cast Blur on himself.
Oh, great.
It's a concentration spell, so that's good.
You all have disadvantage on attack rolls against him. The attacker is immune to this effect if it doesn't rely on sight, except you, Gree. You have to close your eyes to hit him, though.
That's fine.
And then he will bonus action Misty Step. 30
Oh
feet.
fuck.
Still a very regal stance. Obviously kind of playing up his nobility. Gree, your turn.
Hello.
He's
Would I
kind
have
of just
enough
looking at you.
movement to, like, just land on the ground and then
Yeah, yeah.
Land on the ground and
do I hit it?
Yep.
do you close your eyes?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, he takes
Con
14
check.
points of damage. Con check.
Con, you're trying to stun him? Okay.
Yeah.
20.
And also for Blur.
Yeah, I know. Blur, advantage, 20 natural 20.
God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna hit him again.
Nope. Miss.
15.
He only has a +1 to con check.
24 hits.
He takes, wow, 11 damage. 2 con saves.
10 against your stun, 14 on keeping Blur up.
Okay, he still has blur, but he is stunned.
Yep.
Is he gonna use a legendary resistance?
Yes.
Okay, thought so. Oh fuck. Ah fuck. Alright, whatever. I'm running away.
No, you've got mage thing, right?
What?
You've got the mage hunter or whatever.
Oh yeah, I do. Never mind. I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, see?
Thank
If
you,
you
Jake. I
cast a
forgot
spell,
about
you can hit him as your
Yeah.
reaction.
that. I forgot about that.
Okay. Into your turn.
Joe,
That's
you
my
might
turn.
get a little, you might get a little toasty
Alert.
once it comes around to my turn.
That's fine.
I'm gonna use my action just to
Have
get over
evasion.
there.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Dash. Okay.
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
You pass, so you take half that.
Jesus
As you
Christ.
step on another brick, it lights with blue arcane symbols, and ice
Alright,
splatters your side.
Maybe you should be careful where you're going, man.
No.
What's? Oh.
As the
You
blue
were so
arcane
lucky you
symbols.
didn't step there, Mark.
Yeah, I would have died almost.
Why is he? Was?
I'm on like
Did you-
half health right now.
Did you make his thing icon?
Okay.
Hmm?
Did you make his icon?
So, now keep in
No,
mind,
I
you
didn't.
guys do have your temporary hit points, so that just took me down only 2 HP. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Your temper? What? Okay.
Yeah, you have 12 temporary HP. Jesus Christ, Joe.
Sorry. No, yeah.
Alright, that's my turn.
Alright. Roger.
Can I float on top of these barrels?
Yeah. That's
I'll
about, that's
just-
down a couple feet.
Yeah. I'll just shoot them twice.
Alright. 16 misses, 18 hits.
Yeah, nigga.
However, he is going to cast shield, so you miss.
No, he
Means
can,
he's got-
he can do the.
Yeah, that means he's got about 18 AC.
No, the
The 16 missed, and the 18.
yeah.
and then it's
I
plus
thought
5.
Gree was gonna do his spell.
He is either
Mage Slayer.
16 or 17.
20 to hit.
20 to hit, that hits.
He takes 9 damage. Make a con save. Make 2 con saves.
15 and
3
9.
con saves.
3, are you trying to stun him?
No, I have a. Hold on. I forgot what I was doing.
The Mage Slayer
I did try
thing.
to stun him, yeah.
The Mage Slayer thing keeps the spell from working, right?
Yeah, so he hits.
The 15 is for the con save, so he passes. The Mage Slayer thing. Let me. He has disadvantage on the saving throw
For
Saving
casting shield.
for casting shield, yeah.
Okay.
So he fails,
Then
Oh,
9.
yeah, so my attack still goes
So
through.
that's
He takes
16
9.
hits.
and he takes 16.
Nice.
And also sneak attack.
Yeah, that's why I wanted that.
Um,
Oh,
Roll 3 ones.
See, aren't you glad I remembered your fucking Mage Slayer shit?
yeah. It's not as useful when I'm not fighting a mage.
Joe, you
Yeah,
might get
well,
a little
that's
spicy.
the-
Yeah,
it's
it's Mage
called-
Slayer.
Mage Slayer
Exactly.
sucks against barbarians, but I'll tell you what.
Roger, is that the end
Barbarians
of
that
your turn?
cast spells.
He what now?
Is that the end of your turn?
Oh, well, he also.
Yeah,
he also.
yeah.
Roll
He's making
for
another save.
Blur, yeah. He fails.
Okay,
Blur
he fa-
disappears.
Hey, yo. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, Mark.
So I'm gonna
Oh wait, no. Hold on, Mark.
wait.
Gree, you said the first one was to cast shield. The second one was for your stun, right?
No, the first one's the stun.
First one for stun. Second one for
15
shield.
Stun
Yeah.
for shield. Third one for blur.
Okay, so he's not stunned.
Loudest. Yeah, no.
Alright, so
that's
Mark,
fine.
your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna
It's
time
calling me.
pass some of the snow in front of me, for no reason other than to make my attacks fire,
Okay.
and I'm
You see the snow that was around Alaric's feet just melt into the stone floor.
okay, so I'm gonna step up, point, and do another. I'm just gonna. I think I can only shoot it as far as he is. Can't go further. Okay.
What spell?
Fireball.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna shoot it in a place where it won't hit Joe. That's the important part.
You can hit me.
I don't want to.
Right
There's no
there.
reason to.
Dex save. He is going to use his legendary resistance. He passes.
Why didn't you do that earlier? Huh?
Because he didn't want to fail that one.
Uh huh. Why didn't you do that earlier? Huh?
I wonder. So
Guess you
20.
never-
At least you're remembering the legendary resistance now.
Yeah, everyone has 30 now.
How high are these buildings?
About 40 feet. Nah,
Why do you use that on a?
not really.
On a,
About
why do
25,
you
30
use a
feet.
saving throw on that?
Okay.
They resist fireball,
Yeah.
so it
Only
doesn't take
23
damage. Still damage.
No, it'd probably be about 40 something damage because it's fire.
Is that the near turn?
Unless he's not. Well, yeah, I've used both my spells.
His turn. Gree, you see him step to the side right in front of you. Does not leave your range. However, you see the stone start to glow as an arcane symbol appears. Make a dex save.
Okay, retard.
Did he just?
Does he have to make one too?
Yep. But he's gonna
16.
purposely fail it, so he heals.
Oh.
You're telling me the range of this is 10 feet?
Yep.
At
And they
least.
explode. They explode outward.
Okay.
22.
Does 16 pass?
16. Let me see. Just passes, so you take no damage.
Okay. Yeah.
However, he heals that much.
Did he make a
Yeah,
save?
that's kinda
It was
neat.
just
He
7.
chose to fail.
If only Mark could heal that much from ice.
Yeah, I wish I
He
could
might
heal
shoot
from
himself
ice,
with
huh?
fireballs.
You see him step onto one of the bricks.
So you take 11 damage. He heals.
He
22.
takes none. He has
No,
evasion.
takes no.
Okay.
You see him step onto one of the bricks. It begins to glow blue, and ice forms and spikes. You just
Probably
barely
not
manage to
bad,
suck
though.
your gut in out of
I just
out of the way of one,
Yeah.
but you see him absorb the cold air into his body.
Why can't I have that ability, huh?
I wonder.
Because you're not
It's
an
probably
ice
a magic
elf.
item.
And he is
No,
going
he's an ice
to
elf. I like
Steal
that.
it off him.
That was good, Frog. I'm proud
going
of
to
you.
attack you twice. 10 and 19.
I think the 19 hits. Yeah.
You take 18 points of damage, and your speed is reduced by 10.
Joe, can you move slightly over a little bit? I have a plan.
Okay.
Just you can stay in his range. Just move a
Oh,
little
yeah.
to the left.
I got what you're saying.
Slide to the left.
Is it for a round or something, Frog, or is it just for the fight?
What?
The reduced speed?
It's for the fight. And he is going to...
So what happens if you have like negative speed?
You can't move.
You
It doesn't. It goes to. It goes to. It doesn't drop below 10. Speed doesn't drop below 10 unless you're
You move
paralyzed.
back 10 feet.
Yeah, you can move away. But that's gonna end his turn. Gree, your turn.
Alright, hold on.
You know, my little class ability is kind of useless when I go first, anyway.
A little bit. It's at the end of your turn. It fades, right? Or the start of their turn.
What?
When does their thing fade? The
Oh,
blindness.
the eye shot thing? Till the end of my next turn.
Okay.
Oh, Joe,
Alright, he's
remember your
blind.
temporary HP from that.
I did.
attack,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He didn't hit me, Frog. He was blind. He has disadvantage. I'll see his.
No,
No,
I
that, that's
didn't
that,
get
that
it.
was over. He didn't get to use it
Okay.
because he said after his turn was over.
Alright. I really don't want to use like all of my key points on this guy. So I'm just gonna. Is he he's not concentrating on
He
any
probably
spells,
has.
right? Alright, 17.
Miss.
Okay. 20.
Hits. However, he is going to use his reaction to parry. Adds,
Harry.
adds 3 to his AC. That causes you to miss, and he can make an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Cool.
25.
That hits.
You take 12 points of damage, and your speed is reduced by another 10.
God damn it.
You go in to
Sure
swing.
he's gonna be
You go in to swing with the spear. The first one misses. The second one, he adjusts the rapier and stabs you directly in the stomach. You can feel your
I can
legs
teleport this.
getting heavy. Yeah, it's dark out. You can teleport. Yeah, your teleportation is not affected by your speed,
Yeah, it's not. So get fucked.
so it's still your turn.
Yeah, hold on.
To the left.
I did 2 attacks. So hold on. Oh, that's right. You needed me to move. Let me do that.
Yep. just
I'm
a
glad
little
we have
less.
to remind you.
12. Oh, hold on. I'm doing math. Okay. Alright. I'll just like move right there.
Okay. Behind him. Okay. So Frog, question.
Hmm.
Using the instant climb, if I shot him and tried to drag him over, right?
It'd be a opposed strength checks.
Opposed strength check. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright.
Athletics or just strength?
6.
It'd be athletics.
Why'd you roll an attack?
Natural 20.
It was my turn. Still Drake.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
just
still
keep
strength.
that up.
We'll just use that for later.
Yeah, we'll just put cold.
Yeah,
I
that
punch him
Joe is
one
done.
last time. I punch him one last time, do 6 points of damage unless he. No, he can't do
You
anything.
can't do it
else.
again.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you gonna attempt to stun him?
No.
All right. So Alaric, your turn.
Yeah, you punch him, and then I just throw a hook and yank him back towards me. I make his athletics check.
That's towards your direction. He's gonna fail.
Legendary resistance.
He doesn't have anything.
Not
So
that many,
16. So he gets pulled towards you like this.
Yep, in a straight line towards me.
I'll say he gets pulled
How?
to right and within
Like
5 feet.
half.
It'd be half.
How?
The,
Hold on. I got the thing. Let me open it.
Yep, right there. So probably about half.
so I'd say about here
I mean, you got a net.
or around here.
It can shoot to up to 60
yeah,
feet,
around
so
right there.
30 feet.
So right there would be good.
All right, you pull him. I'm on the wrong layer. Let me just move this to back.
He also takes 1d6 bludgeoning.
He's gonna fucking go into another circle
takes
of cold.
4 bludgeoning.
4 bludgeoning
That's okay.
damage.
We can
All
get rid of all of them.
right. You see, as he's pulled in, his foot hits the ground, and another circle begins to appear.
Yeah, no. If we can get rid of all of the healing
Especially
stuff
the less he
outright,
heals, the better
it'll
it is.
just make the
That's plus
fight
10, so
easier in the
29.
long run.
29.
Also, because he
29, okay.
he can't heal over his max health.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if we
I
just
don't know if
get
that's
rid of
true.
him-
Like you can't.
There's probably another one like here.
Not giving him his.
Is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm going to use my bonus action to spend a leadership dice. Since he's within 60 feet, anytime he's damaged by an ally until the start of my next turn, they can add leadership dice to
Post.
my attack. Here,
Post.
hang on, it's the long fucking thing. There's a
It's
leadership
fine.
die. And then
Christ.
strike them down. They take additional damage equal to my charisma modifier. So he'll take 1d6 plus 5 every time you guys hit him
Until the start of your next turn.
until the start of my next turn.
All right. So remember to end that on your next turn.
And you're now up.
Roger.
Used overwhelming mark.
Yeah, he did.
Just gonna move to here.
Oh no, not overwhelming, rallying mark.
Oh.
Okay.
I moved to there.
All right. You are you floating or walking?
I'm walking.
All right. Make a dexterity saving throw.
43.
You pass, so you take no damage. Let me just reveal it then.
Okay, so if you look at the space,
It only does it once,
that
Jake.
should be all of them.
Should be.
Yeah,
And
it
then
just
I'll
says the next time.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just the next time.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll bonus action dash up to the roof and then shoot him
I'll
twice.
take more damage anytime.
25 hits. After 20 hits.
So I'll go ahead and roll the 1d6
And
plus
I'll make him
5.
blind.
All right.
So he takes a total of 10 plus. So
28
19
plus
2 plus 18 plus
21.
10.
49?
All right.
Something
End of your turn.
I
also
don't get
regained
is
10
he-
hit points
Is
low.
he stunned?
He is not stunned. No. Currently blind, and that thing's only on the first hit, I believe. Right, Joe? The thing Larry
Yeah,
just did.
it's only on the first thing. Loyal, you also get 10 HP.
No. Yeah,
So
back
let me just remove
like temp
this.
HP or regular HP?
No, full
Regular.
HP.
Oh, I'm almost at full.
See?
Yeehaw, I'm at 22.
All right.
This is why I'm hiding in the back.
Mark, your turn.
I have a feeling he's trying to make it to Mark.
Well, no, I dragged him over here. He wasn't moving.
I know, but like,
I'm gonna
eventually.
stand up again and go wee. Except for I was gonna cast
You
it at a higher
can also
level.
teleport.
I'm casting it at a higher level. I just don't have it set up so I can do that. So I'm just. There we go. Add 5 to
All right, and
24.
dex save. 8 legendary resistance. So he takes 12 damage. All right.
He doesn't take double fire. Come on.
No, he does not.
Also, with
It's
the
the
blindness
medium
thing, he has disadvantage on seeing anyone within or outside of 15 feet.
The blindness only affects regular sight, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say. I don't
Doesn't,
think it.
doesn't, I don't think it would.
included blind.
Yeah, it wouldn't affect blind or true sight. Okay, just making sure.
So he has blind sight. Alright,
Yep.
you're right.
All right. He pulls the, or after moving out of the way of some fire, he pulls the harpoon from the insta-climb out of his chest and tosses it to the ground. And
I
he,
suck it back up.
like spaghetti, and he is going to cast.
I make that sound too.
He is going to
I want some
cast White
spaghetti.
Ice.
I
Counterspell is 3rd level, so you need to make a check with your Wisdom modifier.
wisdom.
No, it's the spell's level. The DC is the spell's level.
That is not.
All right.
So he casts White Ice. You see this large barrier of this thick,
Mark.
rigid, very.
Counterspell.
Very-
Yeah, I mean,
He can. He's not.
You can't. Yeah.
You're not within 60 feet.
Damn.
This barrier of white ice form around his body, almost this monstrous shape, jagged spikes around him. All damage is taken. I got
Frog learned that we can fucking mess up people really quickly. That's why he gave him 50 healing ability.
well, it is just one guy too. All right.
hit him, and then the concentration.
Frog. Is the mantle thing an action? It is, right?
You casting white ice. It's a spell.
No.
Oh, for
my thing. My siphon mental. It's an action.
to
right?
go into malady form.
No, to flutter it out and poop poison.
Oh, that's an action.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so.
All right.
You're gonna wanna hit him with.
Yeah. Well, if someone gets next to him.
And he is going to begin running this
Ah,
way.
fuck.
Okay.
Let's see. He's just going to swing at you with his
Okay.
big meaty ice claws now.
He's so blind, right? Oh wait, he has. Yeah,
he has blind sight.
Yeah, it's blindside.
You see within the barrier of ice, his face just still unchanged, a very monotone, calm expression.
Okay.
Plus his spellcasting.
I have another idea.
another idea. Plus his spellcasting
full.
modifier. That is plus. That is a 16 and a 27 to hit.
27 hits.
2d6. So. He swings these large ice claws
You just
towards
get
you.
a plus to that?
It's just the damage. It's just.
That was
yeah.
so good.
There's still 2d6 bludgeoning damage and 2d6 cold damage. One misses, the second one knocks you into your chest. And
I
that is,
look at him and I grin.
and that is the end of his turn. Gree.
Can I just go?
No. Oh, yeah,
No,
but
Look at this one.
You
So-
hit him.
there's not a lot of people in there.
Alright, hold on. I need to. Yeah, I already know what it is. Okay. Fuck you, Alaric. Why do you gotta be right next to him? I teleport right here.
Alright.
I mean,
Fucking-
it wasn't my fault. He came up next to me. I don't know.
Pulled him towards you.
Yeah, I had to get him away from Joe because Joe's gonna get his ass kicked.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on him. I need to make another
Yeah.
wisdom check.
Yeah, wisdom check.
You don't have to make a wisdom check. You just. Oh wait, no.
No,
Oh,
it's because
so-
it's a higher level.
No, yeah, because it's a higher level.
21.
21.
I was, if you got lower, I could have given you another thing that oversight. I
Yeah.
could have given you a 1d6.
I could.
In fact, I
I
can still do that if you want.
No, it's
No,
fine.
it won't make a difference.
Alright.
He's-
You see Gree, Alaric, you see Gree run up, his large belly flopping in the wind, and he just kind of like, oh wait, your Dispel Magic is touch.
Fuck.
Which
Alright,
will
I
have
move
his
right
touch.
here.
Okay, just walk up to him.
Okay,
I walk up to
just
him
making
and
sure
do
you
it.
had enough movement, because you're minus 20 feet now.
He
I teleported.
Okay, just making sure. You see Gree just like slap a hand on the cold ice back, and it just melts instantly.
Oh god!
Get fucked.
Alright. That was an action. What else you want to do?
Yeah, that's my bonus action, and I can't really move anywhere else,
Yeah.
so that's my turn.
Alaric,
Alaric.
now you're flanking, so.
Now I'm flanking, yes. And I have one piece of Australian that I could just punch him with.
Do it.
Do it.
So that's what I'm gonna. What would that be? Just a
It's a-
strength or?
It's an improvised weapon, so just your strength modifier.
So just be.
Watch it not work.
Just make a strength check.
If you get a nat 1, you hit Gree with it. Miss.
All right. So we get a piece of Australian, but I punch it, and we dodge it to the side, and then as a bonus action, or that's the same roll, but I'll just it's 3d.
Still have
3d6.
you have
Yeah.
2 attacks.
That would hit Gree.
No, I rolled the wrong one. It's the same
Okay.
roll.
What are
It's
you actually
supposed to be
doing?
it's just the hand cannon mark. Oh,
Yeah,
Two.
you're using the hand cannon.
yeah, the
That
old one.
that would the old one, the cone.
No, the 60-foot line.
That would still hit Gree.
Yeah.
Would it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
goes
Yes.
through
It's a
targets.
line.
Okay, well, 17 piercing.
Jake. Jake 17 piercing damage.
I deflect that.
Okay.
Can you deflect that back at him?
I can't. Yeah.
It would
Oh,
deflect it
no.
back. No, it would deflect it back at you if he
No,
gets
I
if he
would
throws it
right at
back.
me again.
Maybe go through him though.
Hold on.
24.
Can he push it? through
So
him,
I don't
though?
take any damage.
You just
Okay, he doesn't-
you catch all the bullets. What are you doing?
You can hold the missile small enough for you to hold. Is the missile small enough for me to hold in one hand?
They're bullets. Yes.
Yes. Can you?
It-
throw
Yeah,
him
I
back
can
at him?
just throw it at anyone.
Okay.
So throw it back at him.
That's just been a key point. That's fine. What's the attack for me? Dex
Yeah, Dex.
with I have proficiency.
Yeah.
So,
You have proficiency because
Uh,
it's a monk weapon technically.
yeah, so
27 hits.
-1.
Okay.
So he takes 17 more damage.
All right.
Okay.
Roger
There
and
goes
Mark.
temporary HP.
You- No, he lost that already. Roger and
You lost that
Mark.
when the spell ended.
You see Alaric pull out his hand, shoot the guy. The bullet goes straight through him. Gree catches it and just flicks it back into the back of his neck. And he's looking kind of hurt.
This guy's looking very confused.
He's looking very confused. This is not how physics does not work like this.
So the
shot
Australian
me
was an
and I just,
action,
like-
right?
The Australian will be in action, and using your hand cannon will be another attack. So you don't have any more
Bonus
attacks with that unless you use a bonus action.
So I'll use a bonus action. I could fire it again. Can you do that again?
Yeah, you have to load that one again.
Can I? No,
The other one, the cone.
The cone.
I can't do that again.
Let me see.
Because the cone doesn't require loading.
Well,
Or it doesn't require me to spend
swapping
another action to load.
swapping between them would require loading.
Okay.
I wouldn't shoot Joe again.
And I know you have that thing where you ignore loading, but guns are a bit
Wait.
are different,
I'm just
especially when
going
you're
to
changing
draw
out the barrel.
bullets into my shield.
Okay. Or you,
use-
I thought you had
You
the other one.
No, I'm using lodestone.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm using lodestone. If I was using Echoes of Fervor, I would have used it back at the fucking other place. I've
Right.
been attuned to lodestone. I've been meaning
Yeah,
to unattune
you're
to
still
it,
attuned to lodestone.
but I haven't really had a chance. So I'm just going to. So he throws the bullets back at him, goes through him, and I just attract the bullets into my shield.
And the bullet slams against your shield. It's a bonus.
damage from them coming out.
And
It's a
that's
bonus
it.
action to fire it back out. So, Roger, your turn. You see that calm expression kind of change. He just looks extremely confused and a little
I
angry.
used my bonus
That's
action.
such a great visual too. Shoot, catch, throw, catch.
You're playing catch through him, basically.
I used my bonus action to clap, and then
What are you clapping?
I'll just
Them cheeks, dude.
I don't know. I kind of want to shoot him with the great bow arrow, but if I use the, he'll just use his legendary resistance to
I don't
I'll
know,
just
never
shoot
know,
twice
can
again.
you?
26 and
17 misses, 26 hits.
and then I get sneak attack. 18. Jesus, I'm doing a lot of damage.
Remember
And
earlier
then,
when you rolled 3 1s?
yeah. Yeah, and I'll just use my bonus action to dash on top of this roof.
Hey,
Are you gonna do the blind?
Oh, and I'll make his movement. Water pulls around his legs, and the ground kind of sinks in, and his speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Mark. The music stopped again.
Like, what's your music?
See. Okay, close enough. I'm just gonna.
This guy spent his whole life in a school training for this, and then someone just throws bullets through him.
Just play catch.
I'll
Through his
keep-
body.
I'm gonna throw a firebolt at him.
Alright, 24 hits. This is not the right music.
And I'm going to. How much is this for? Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna teleport 10 feet. For moving more, and then I can since that wasn't was that an action technically or
The firebolt.
Can I run? Can I sprint?
You can dash.
Or, yeah, I don't really feel like doing that though.
That's
'cause
50
I'm, like,
feet.
too close. He's not dead yet though.
No.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I like that how that like thought process progressed. Can I do this? I don't want to do that.
Can I do this? Say no.
You know, if he throws something at me, I can counterspell, but I don't want to be right up next to him, so I'll just be here,
All right.
standing on some rock.
And now it is his turn.
It's a good thing there wasn't another trap like right there.
That's too close to his other.
Oh great! Now we reminded Frog.
Oh, what? No, I remember these because I can see them.
They're all full. I think that's all of them.
Probably one more. I think.
You
probably
say
way back
that.
here.
You say that.
He is going to. Yeah, he's going to cast Misty Step. You already used your reaction, Joe, right?
Yeah, I know.
So you can't attack. To here.
But I didn't. Wait. Hang on. 1 second. The buildings are 40 feet tall, right?
No, they're about 30 feet tall. At
30?
the highest, yeah.
Never mind.
And now he's going to cast. Let me just read it real quick.
The homosexual agenda. That's where
He
you're
casts
immune.
Cone of Cold. That's everyone but Roger, basically. Everyone but Roger make a con save.
Okay.
Wow, I'm good.
It's a con save.
Alaric, you pass. Gree, you do not.
Again.
Con, Constitution.
88.
I'm going to purposely fail this. Actually.
Okay.
And I still have my reaction.
Vesper?
He's very scared to press the button.
No, but like I'm just saying. Can I have
You can
advantage?
counterspell it.
Why would you have advantage?
Because I'm a freaking frost giant. I don't know.
No,
It's
you don't.
cold
You don't have.
damage.
You don't have advantage against cold damage.
Okay, I mean,
Resistance.
Natural
maybe.
20 though. Alaric
I'm
and Gree.
absorbing that into the pendant.
Alaric and Gree take 41.
So I absorb all of that and imbue my next attack with 20 damage.
So Alaric, you absorb the damage into Amonton's pendant. It starts to glow this icy blue, and frost appears on the chain. Gree, you take 41 points of damage as ice covers your body and jagged pieces stick into your flesh or your jello,
No.
whatever you like. And Maerk,
No.
you take 20 damage or 21 damage.
nope. I did.
Gree's dead.
10 from.
Oh,
Halved.
I kind of forgot. But yeah,
He has frost resistance.
yeah, I have.
As a
resistance.
frost giant, I would
Oh,
hope
okay.
so.
Yeah, of resistance against cold. All right, so you take 10
You're
damage.
very lucky you have it.
Yeah.
He's
The
a
ground.
frost giant.
Actually, no, I still had all my temporary HP, so I was fine.
The ground in front of him explodes into ice and becomes very slick.
No.
It's
Did
not
Joe say
difficult
he's
terrain,
dead?
though. No, Joe's
No,
not
I'm
dead.
fine.
Okay, that's someone
So when
said
he
Joe
sees
was
me
dead.
absorb this into my fucking pendant, what's his thought process?
Well, he's kind of like it's almost like one of those anime moves where they like slam their hands into the ground. So he's not really looking at you.
And he slams his hand to the ground. The ice crawls up my body, and I say, "Oh my way, oh."
You take 3,000 points of cultural appropriation damage. The ice gets sucked into the
Way too
pendant,
Japanese.
and that was his action. He will, as his bonus action.
You already did. Bonus
Hopefully
section.
that doesn't do.
Oh yeah, bonus action misstep. Yeah, my bad.
Hopefully that doesn't do cold damage when
Gree.
you use it.
It
Where's my
does,
fucking-
I believe.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on, let me
take
check.
a greater healing potion as a bonus action.
It's just the damage. It doesn't specify whether it's going to be cold or not. And Mage it just says may imbue the damage into the sword, dealing half that damage.
Half that damage, so it would still be cold.
It would still be cold. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
hit
fine. I still kept myself from taking a shit ton of damage.
That's bad.
You were made the same thing.
You drink a healing potion, Gree.
Greater healing potion.
Gree chugs a red potion. You can see it trickle down his neck. Makes his cheeks green or red.
That's a
Rosy
bonus
cheek-
action.
Sandy cheeks.
I don't know about that.
Or what you doing out
28.
here, double cheek?
28 does hit.
Tuesday.
Takes 18 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Make a con save. I'm gonna try and stun him.
All right. 16.
Okay.
Man, he's only got +1. He's rolling real well with those.
Yeah, I am.
26.
26 hits,
Wait, are you playing vicariously through your character?
of course.
Frog.
Another con
Another
save.
con save.
13.
13.
Fail.
Meets it, beats it. Right?
He
Yeah, you
failed.
have 13.
Oh.
Well, you, was your 14 now?
He's got 14.
14.
All right, he fails. He's stunned.
On the
See?
way.
I know
Shinzo.
more about
You
Gree's
lost.
character than anything else in this goddamn game.
You'll keep mispronouncing it. So
Did
my
he
one will-
use his legendary? Doesn't.
He doesn't. They would have. Yeah, they would have recharged. Yeah, he's gonna use it.
Oh,
It doesn't recharge. Just a day thing.
Oh, he's legendary actions to recharge. It doesn't have those.
Yeah.
So he's out of legendary resistances actually.
nice.
So he is
But
stunned.
time to cast Wish.
Wait, what? Guys,
Is that your
it's
turn?
time for me to cast Fireball.
Yeah,
for the
that was my
final
turn.
Time.
Okay. So now that he's stunned, I'm just gonna walk over to him and start swinging.
No.
Well, actually,
Who can tank it better? I think Alaire's gonna be able to tank it better.
Mark's
it's a
trying to steal
cone,
my kill.
so if I were to
I'm
move,
gonna kill
like,
if anything.
I'm gonna move next to Gree so I don't shoot him with my fucking gun this time.
I mean, it was pretty successful last time.
Sword, 21.
Hits. Or he's stunned, so you have advantage. So yeah.
There's that, and 24.
Yep.
And then cannon. 24.
Yep. All right, he's looking pretty rough.
There you go. So 11, 12, 12, 16.
All right, Roger.
I'll just. First shot, I want to be with the regular arrow. Second shot, I want to be with an Australian arrow.
23 hits, 24 hits.
And then sneak attack. Then he's still sunken into the ground. And also roll a save. It's 15, isn't it, for
It's-
Australian?
13.
13?
So I'm gonna pass it.
He does not. He cannot cast spells until the start of his next turn, or the end of his next turn. And
Get
you're
in there.
That's pretty good.
Mark.
Finish him off, Mark.
Okay, boys. We going for a good old fireball, putting it right here so it hits him. No one else.
Wait, no. That's within 15 feet.
Oh wait, 20 feet. Okay.
It
There's
would also
some-
hit yourself.
Okay, I'll take
There
a
you
step back
And then
You die.
Okay.
and then shoot it.
Gree's
Sorry
gonna get
for me.
hit too.
No, he won't.
As he will.
Move out of the way. Move out of the way. Move
No, you
all
can
your
take it,
hands. Move all your hands.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take the teleport back.
As Mark is just adjusting himself, like, do I?
It's
wanna
20
go
feet, you can hit him
backwards?
here.
Another
Shoot it there.
But then when I hit Roger,
Roger's up on a building.
Yeah, he
okay,
is.
so then I'll just shoot it there.
He fails.
And-
35 points of fire damage. How do you want to do this?
Okay.
It's really thematic that Mark gets the last shot.
Yeah, that's why I was going for it. I'm just gonna stare. I'm gonna cold, stoic, flat face, stare him in the eyes, and just shoot it.
As he's turned
Shoot
to
it.
Gree.
No, Gree went behind him.
And then as he melts, I'll just keep staring right at Gree.
Alright. The fireball explodes onto the ground, sending a wave of fire. Gree and Alaric, it just barely misses your face as it consumes him and his clothing, and he crumbles and falls onto the ground.
And then I'm going to not uncharismatically, out of character. Like, you know, I don't know what word to
I'll
use.
just jump down.
Basically, I can't run that fast, but I'm gonna run over and grab his stuff.
You begin searching
Well,
his
there's
body.
that.
Let's see that.
You find a note printed with the seal of the pontiff. You find 25 platinum.
I'm gonna split 25, 250.
Yeah,
62
we're
gold
gonna
each.
take his body, by the way.
And Green Alaric, what are you two doing?
2 each.
Oh, once he's done looting the body, I'm gonna throw it over my shoulder.
What are you
I'll
doing while he's looting?
While he's looting, I'm gonna look around, see if there's anything of interest here. If
I
there's
agree.
any more runes that I can see.
Gree, what are you doing?
I'm sitting on the rooftop,
Alright.
looking around for more people.
Alright, both of you make
This is
perception
all I
checks.
found.
Hold on.
Oh, and Gree, by the way, call your temple boys.
Why?
Tell
Bring
them
him
to
here.
show up.
Oh, I mean, we kind of killed him. We just take.
Well,
the-
yeah, but there's
Yeah,
more.
but there's probably gonna be more. Call
Oh
them.
my
Think
God.
ahead.
Alright.
Alright.
Contact
Hang on. So Gree, does Gree see anything?
Gree, as you're looking around, you're having this conversation, so it'd be after you contact I. So,
We got.
So
the
Gree
bastard.
have
We got him.
17, not 15. I'm just gonna throw that in there. You have a +2.
alright. You contact I, what do you say?
We got this specific guy, and I guess Alaric wants you to come to this specific alley for some reason. I don't know. He's kind of like that. He's kind of stupid. If you follow my drift.
Me
So-
specifically, or may I send Cheer? She's already out in the field.
Cheer. Yeah, send cheer.
I'll send her that way.
But we killed this spy, but there's probably more.
We'll be on our guard. We'll keep her. I'll send a few more out, actually. I'll
Also, can you
contact.
send, like,
I'll contact
the
someone
magnate?
else. He might be busy. I'll see if I can contact him.
You don't have to like actually like talk to him. You can just like send a message.
I'll see what I can do. Right now, I'm going to be sending someone out on patrol, along with Cheer.
That's fine.
I'll crouch next to Mark. Say, you alright?
Luke, can I finish looting first?
Can I
I'm
finish?
assuming you already fucking did it.
I'm in the middle of a boss battle. Mark, you notice a gilded book, obvious spell book with Ilos embroidery and patterns, and as you reach out, make an Arcana check.
If it disappears, okay. I swear to God, if it disappears, I'm gonna actually come to your house and beat you.
This
And I've got one more use of this until a long rest. Okay, it's 13. It was worth a shot.
Does
Roger,
he have?
go on, Gree.
Does he have
That's a long rest.
Um,
so that's 0.
inspiration?
It doesn't matter.
He does, but you have to roll kind of high. Roger, as you're kneeling down, placing your hand on Mark's back as he's looting through the body, Mark, you see a small flash of blue around the pendant tucked into the shirt. You see the eyes open, and he reaches out for your hand. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I grab him?
This is all happening in a split second.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Alright.
ooh.
He reaches out, and you feel him grab at the ring, the band of mind shielding in your hand, pulls back, and says, "We'll meet again, Defiler," and he pops out of existence.
Okay, what about that book, though?
The book is gone with him.
Fucking asshole.
The whole body's gone?
Yep.
That's
You see the-
why
you
you
s-
have to double tap.
You see the air just suck around him, and just he's gone.
So I'm just gonna walk over and say, "See, guys, this is why we double tap. From now on,
Cut
when
off
there's
the
a
head.
dead body, we're cutting off the head immediately."
Tomorrow we're leaving.
Did we get anything from his body, Mark?
No.
Pull anything?
No, I got a letter.
You got the platinum too.
You got a letter?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got the money, but
Wait, you got a letter, right?
it's less important than the note.
What's
No, the money's pretty important.
No. Let's go back for a second. The letter does it have a seal on it?
Yeah, I know the seal. It's the. I mean, it should be obvious. It's the.
Okay, what's the letter say?
I
The
don't
gay.
know. I haven't read it yet.
Mark,
Okay.
you notice the ring, the band of mind shielding, which you use to protect yourself from scrying, is hanging off of your finger. It looks as if he was trying to pull it with him.
Well, yeah. I mean, I figured that from when he grabbed.
Just making sure.
I'm not,
Caddy.
I'm not that stupid.
Being real catty, Mark. All right.
Did I'll contact Di and be like, "Oh yeah, we thought we killed him, but he just teleported away, so he's still alive. Watch out."
You should probably cut off the head from now on.
Thanks, I.
No problem.
Looking out for me, man.
We'll do our best, Gree.
The new meta is cutting people's heads off when they die.
You guys need a Vorpal sword.
Definitely.
You guys really need a Vorpal sword.
Oh no, I'm just gonna. I don't need a Vorpal sword. I'm just gonna.
No, when you
cut
kill
off their
them,
heads
when you kill them with a
regardless.
Vorpal sword, the head instantly comes off.
That's badass.
Now he
Alright.
wants one.
Fuck the sword you
Anyway,
just went and
what's
got.
what's the letter say?
I don't know. I haven't read it yet.
I'm
Okay,
saying
do
that it's
you-
not a game.
Oh, 1 second. Ceremonial knock at my door.
All right, 1 second. Ceremonial pee break.
Ceremonial taking the dog out for 30 hours.
Says you always late, motherfucker.
What? I am never late.
You're always at
I
least
was
15 minutes late.
20 minutes. What? I was 20 minutes before time today.
Almost always.
My sister wanted to put her
So
fish
always.
in my room for some reason.
Interesting.
Fucking
The cat was
no.
trying. The cat was trying to eat it.
Joe is peeing.
Oh,
Yeah. So read the
Yeah,
letter.
wait, what
Joe
does the
doesn't
letter
care.
say?
should we wait for Joe?
No.
Yeah, we should. I forgot that I had this.
This is very important for Joe.
Yeah, that would have been useful.
Yeah, you know what? I know more about Joe's character, but if I remembered that, can we put that finger in a cannon and just like use it to empower all magic?
We've said that we've.
No.
What? Why'd
We're
you guys
going
have
to
this
the Undercountry
conversation?
to Cannon, remember?
You'll get your
What does this
cannon
have to do
later.
with my what does this have to
Well,
do
it
with
acts as a
fingers, though?
spellcasting focus is the important thing that I got
Yeah,
here.
but you have to be holding on to it. To
Yeah, the
use it as a
focus-
So just put your hand in the cannon hole.
Anyway,
I'm sorry. What?
forget it.
What?
Forget it,
Wait,
Gree.
what?
Mark, you open the letter.
Yes.
You
No,
crack.
I'm just gonna purposely leave it.
I mean, you might. You crack the gold wax seal.
Why would you? Why would you do this, Mark?
And pull out the fine parchment written in very neat handwriting, obviously a noble snow elves, and it reads in your common or in the Ilosian
Wait,
tongue.
hold on, Fro.
Go on.
Hold on. Did I hear him say like whatever the fuck when he was grabbing Mark and teleporting away?
Yeah, you would have heard that.
Was it in common?
So I know
Yes.
whatever language that was.
It was in common.
You know a little bit of it.
It was in common. God damn it! All right, keep going with your letter.
You open it up and it reads, "Dear Mark." So I did. It reads along the lines of
Mark, semicolon.
Mark. How you doing? Reads along the lines of, "You've been very clever at keeping us at bay. However, there are many ways to track you. Your magic leaves a footprint which we can follow. Best regards,
Oh, well, time to never cast
Pontiff."
magic again.
Mark.
Time to multi-class barbarian.
Mark. What's the? So do you tell us what the letter says?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
read it out.
Okay. So
Like,
that's good. That's the good thing, because we know a guy who can forge letters. We can get that letter repaired, get the seal repaired, take that to the magnate.
why would we need the seal repaired? I can just
Yeah, why
give
would
it
we
to
need
him.
to do all of that?
I can just show
Because
it
the
to him.
magnate might sit there and say, "Did you just make this up? What? This is broken. You obviously blah 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 blah
No,
blah."
No, he
You think
will
so?
not say that.
he won't say that.
Alright, fine,
He can
I'll-
come here. He can ask the homeless people who died in ice
He
traps.
can look at all of the ice in the alley.
All right, I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to cover as many fields as possible, but
Well,
we can
now you
take
said
that
it
letter
first
to
and make
the.
it happen. So
We can take that letter to the magnate and just say that this city or this country basically tried to assassinate somebody in your city, killed a bunch of homeless people, assaulted us. Sorry, we killed a bunch of citizens, a bunch of
No, I
good
can deal with it.
law-abiding citizens.
bro, I can deal with it. Don't worry. I was gonna go talk to him anyway.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow
I've
we need to
talked him
leave.
before about this.
I don't think we need to leave.
Tomorrow we need to leave. The quicker we're out of the city, the safer
Are
Mark
we
will
gonna
be.
set up a spy ring?
where
Gree
we're
says from the
going.
top of the building.
We're going to Thala, and then we're going to Germalta or wherever.
No,
the
I
fuck we're
have
gonna
something to
go
do
next.
here still.
All right.
We'll
Well, we
talk
got
about that
one last day to finish it up, so let's finish up all of our business here.
Okay.
We will.
It's pretty far away. It might take a few days.
Gree, you got a
Yes, all the way to
17 on the
Thala.
perception check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You see off in the distance, near a taller building, looks like an old clock tower, not in use anymore. A very familiar,
It's the Batman Tower.
yeah, very familiar, elven, long dreads, black clothing, figure just standing over and looking down at you guys.
It's fucking the ghost.
Yes, it is the ghost.
It is not
ghost.
fucking the ghost, but it is the ghost.
Yeah, the clock tower is not doing that.
How many meters is he away from me?
I'd say about 60, 65.
Also, did my speed go back?
Your speed's back normal.
I'll wave at Ghost.
He waves back.
Okay, good talk.
You see Cheer running along the rooftops around there.
Yeah, fuck.
But in any case, we'll finish up our business here. We'll take care of what we need to take care of. We'll go to Thala, when most convenient for all of us.
Tomorrow. We're on our way tomorrow.
Gree, how long is your business gonna take?
I have no idea. Frog, how many days would it take to get to?
It's on the way to
Where I
Thala,
died.
so we just stop there.
It's
on the way.
it's pretty close to Thala.
Okay.
I think you should ask your friend from Dramalta about those dragons or whatever the fuck they were.
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna go
be
into the
researching that
library
when we get to Thala
and
anyway.
research it.
But I will
What?
ask.
And Gree, maybe you should ask I about it.
What? About the dragons? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think they were dragons.
Whatever they were, you should ask him about it. And, Mark, do you want to come to the library and research it with me? You're kind
got
of
it.
books. Okay.
I got the magnet first, but the library is near that, right?
We're all going to the magnate first. Just,
Okay. I don't. Just make sure.
Alright,
So
to the magnate.
you guys are headed to the Magnate.
Yes, I'll come to the library.
Did
Come
I
to
get
the
my
library,
Australian arrow back?
Show you around. I know you.
Make an investigation check.
I know you don't go to libraries very often.
You find it.
Yeah, bitch.
Little
I'm gonna say
worn.
he took it with him.
Can I find my sniper bullet?
Make an investigation check with disadvantage.
Watch
For
him
the
get
sake
two
of
20s.
game, does each arrow have like 3 shots like the harpoon gun or something?
It depends. Gree, you do not find your sniper bullet.
God damn it.
You do see a little pockmark in one of the walls of the houses, where it probably hit, but it's not there.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll go to the Magnate, and then I've got business to take care of with the rest of the boys. And I gotta get my sword. Actually, hang on. Let's go grab my sword, and then we'll go to the Magnate.
It's been 10 minutes.
It's been like 30 minutes.
Fine. I'll grab my sword tomorrow.
However, DeVito is still at Vedastus's.
Oh yeah, I gotta go grab DeVito. Okay.
You can do that.
Hey, Frog, out of game, would my arrows be easier to get at my mentor places?
Astralium arrows?
No, the Stalker and the knockback arrows and stuff.
They'd be easier to get in Thela. Or other crime rings, instead of
I'll just
asking fucking Vedastus
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. Alright, I'll just wait there.
Yeah. So I guess we're just gonna stop, grab DeVito, throw him in the Fortitude, and just say, guys, take care of him for a little bit. He's a little shaken up, and then we'll go straight to the Magnate.
Grab him and be like, teach him world.
We found this
Yeah,
dog
hey,
on the
give
side
him
of the road.
Give him a simple job. We'll be right back.
You guys head into the noble quarter, up the large metallic steps, through his little zoo of plant life, and into the Magnate's chambers. The doors are open, and there are a lot more guards inside the throne room at this point.
You know, Mark, now that I think about it, maybe those bounty hunter posters that we saw earlier in Adonis and around there probably gave away your position real quick.
I wasn't on any of those.
Yeah, you were.
Was I? I thought
Yep.
it was. I thought
Yeah,
it
you were.
was on there.
All of you were on there. Gree was obviously Gree. The rest of you were a little different.
I thought Gore was on there.
No, that was way after
What?
Gore.
Yeah, that was a long time after.
That was literally like 3 sessions ago.
No,
yeah,
I
so,
thought-
hey.
I thought
Just saying.
whatever.
You guys still
Why
have
would
those.
It was the description came from the Hobgoblin.
Do we have like each other's, but like, do we
You
have
all-
our own posters?
You have the posters. You can do whatever you want with them.
Well, I'm gonna keep mine.
I imagine you kept them. I imagine,
really,
I imagine
just
Grease like
spread
tapes
them
his to
around.
his chest. This is not the right music, but I'll keep it on.
But anyway, Mark. So there's
Normal.
an entire country after you, right?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Sorry, I don't know who that is.
Asalam.
gods. Oh, Asalam.
Oh, Ekditch.
Oh,
I'm not a religious guy. I don't
grandma.
believe in no Ekditch. I don't believe in no gods. But
Well, no, like Ekditch.
Yeah,
Literally.
I
just
mean,
exists.
I literally saw Ekditch. She's my grandmother.
yeah, that's not my problem.
Believe in her.
You guys step into the throne room. The
We could
metallic.
literally. I'm just telling you guys right
floors.
now. We could literally fight what you guys consider a god. That's not me. I don't. If I can kill it, it's not a god. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think
I mean, we
can
saw
kill
a
anything.
dead god in
That's
one of those.
That's not how gods work, Alaric.
I'm just
sorry.
saying, like, if you can kill it,
I
clearly
would
not.
know. I am one.
I don't believe that at all, actually.
I am God.
The guards are
Yeah,
staring
I'll
at you
cast-
guys.
I'll cast
Oh,
minor
hey,
illusion
sorry,
to
hang on.
make
This is
my
a very
like
important
beard
theological
like float.
discussion.
I'll cast minor illusion and make myself a god.
Look, I'm just saying, so long as something exists to, like, kill it, you know.
It's very difficult to kill a god.
I
Nearly
mean,
impossible.
difficult but possible.
Sorry, Alaric.
Nearly. Yeah.
Everything can die,
Well, not me.
including you.
I disagree.
I look at you menacingly.
Look at
Make
the
an intimidation check.
look at the scar on him.
Make a go.
19.
God damn it.
Okay, for once, I'll just go and say, for once, I'm like a little spooked by it, but then I'm like,
Oh
It's
god.
great.
I'm taken aback because you actually look angry, because you've never looked angry before. And I just kind of settled down, like, all right.
And then I smile.
Angry.
But I'm just saying, you know, like, you can float. I just look over to fucking Roger.
Oh, could we take a
He's
short
fat,
rest before we come
and he
here?
smells like the ocean.
What?
We've taken a short rest before we
It's
come.
not a 30-minute. It's not an hour
Walking.
walk.
Walking.
I meant like just to sit down
Look, man,
for a minute.
I don't got time. I only
It's up
have
to you guys.
24 health.
I mean, it would count as a short rest, so you can roll your hit dice.
I
I
mean,
know.
we're going
The,
into
the walking wouldn't. It's not an hour walk.
yeah, we're going into like the noble quarters. So if we're attacked, there's gonna be a bunch of guards anyway,
It's-
so we don't
it's
have
more
to.
about like afterwards, because we can't sleep in the king's place,
Bet.
the magnate's place.
No, but I have a fort with a bunch of people in it. We'll be fine. This is why I own things, Joe.
But it's a spy. He's a very good spy guy,
Okay.
and he doesn't want to fight us right now because we just kicked his ass. So you know.
Yeah, so we got
we're
plenty
already
of
at
time.
we're already at the king place now. Let's keep going.
Anyway,
Frog started my story, so he can't kill me at this point.
I mean, anyway, you guys enter the very reflective metal throne room. There's a lot more guards in here than there usually is, and you see the magnate speaking with Kedany and Thelma at the throne.
I wave at Kedany.
He's got his back to you.
I wave anyways, even
Alright.
if he doesn't see.
You guys step up. The magnate kind of holds his hands to shush both of them. He stands from the throne and looks at both of you, or all of you, not both of you.
I just kind of whisper over before we show up to Roger. Say you might want to stand back a little.
No, I'm
little
good.
bit. Stand back
After you threatened him,
I did not.
I want to stand back a little bit.
But Mark, you're up. It's your thing. Go ahead.
Squabbling. I'm a little more. step
And
forward.
to what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, I wouldn't be interrupting if it wasn't such an emergency. But I'm gonna show him the letter. I'm
Do
close
you
enough
see,
to show him-
Roger? This is how you talk to king.
I don't care.
I'm close enough to show him the letter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like point out all the stuff. Like, boy, look at this seal.
You have to read it to him because he does not speak Ilosi.
Yeah, I mean, I figured.
He kind of takes it and looks over at the seal and hands it back to you. Where'd this come from?
We saw a spy. We followed him into the cat alleys. We thought we took him down. I got this off of him, and then I realized
This
he wanted
lullaby
me
music.
to take this.
Maybe.
And he tried to take me or my things.
And he was a spy from the country you're from.
Yeah. Myself.
Did he say what he wanted? I assume he wanted you, but anything else? Did there seem to be more of them?
We didn't see more of them
He talked to
necessarily.
someone like we talk to each other with the ears.
Yeah, but he seemed to communicate with some other higher force. Maybe not here, but somewhere. They know that I'm here.
He also laid a bunch of traps and killed some of your citizens.
Yeah, okay. That was a little less important, but that too.
You see him kind of like just rub his temples and the crease between his eyes. He obviously looks very tired. It's one thing after another. And what do you recommend? You require safety and protection, correct?
Well, I'm
We're
just
leaving
letting
tomorrow.
I'm letting you know that they're probably gonna show up. We're leaving, because I don't want any more innocents to die. You know.
This puts a wrench in our plans. I will.
What were your plans?
Just claim that you've never seen me, you've never had contact with me. Just
I mean, I mean, if they're good enough spies, they'll figure it out, Mark.
I mean,
Because
They'll probably know
We
that
killed-
we've had contact before.
yeah.
But what are your
Sure.
plans?
Well, actually, Kedany, Thelma, and I, and a few Black Sands, as he looks to the room with a lot of Black Sands in here, we're headed down to buy a tin tomorrow.
Ah, for what?
Take care of my cousin.
Agra and Badless. The dispatch we sent didn't prove to be enough, and I've had my fill of them ruining one of my cities.
I swear to God,
Understandable.
we aren't going to keep messing with Roger's cousins.
It's almost like I wanted to go there because the two characters were supposed to be there. I don't care
I
about my
shrug.
family.
Well, you've got your business, we've got ours. We'll be leaving. I'll be sure to let some of my mercenaries know, and I'll have them patrol the city with your guard if that makes you more comfortable.
We have enough here, but that would be appreciated, actually. We're taking quite a substantial force down there to end this quickly. And he kind of motions to you, Roger. I hope you weren't planning on having a family reunion anytime soon, because they're going to
No.
end up on pikes.
Not with them.
Good.
Good.
He obviously looks tired, upset, and just really, really exhausted.
For the
No.
record, I did word things really, really dumb last time I
I'm
was
not
here.
worried about that, Roger.
I would say
I
poorly,
just-
but
You and
I
your
just-
friends have my trust and are heroes to the city. Your friends.
I will have some wine sent up to help with all the trouble.
Would be much appreciated.
Mr. Wine Baron.
Now, if there's
Uh,
anything
I
else you
believe
needed, we have the rest of our meeting to finish.
Yes, I believe that's all we have. As I said, I'll have some wine sent up. My men will patrol the city with a few of your guards. We'll be leaving shortly, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 2 days, but shortly. And hopefully next time we meet, it'll be under better circumstances.
I'd hope.
I
Reaches
reach out my hand.
shakes it. Reaches out to the
Okay,
rest of you and shakes your hands as well.
I release his hand very quickly.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I don't want to be into contact with.
His,
well, let's
his
get,
royalty might rub off on you.
All right, let's get going. We'll take care of what we need to take care of. Buy what we need to buy. It's gonna be quite a fucking adventure, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I'm heading to the library. The big library.
There's a live spy in the city. Please stick together.
What are you guys all doing?
Gree, you could go meet with your eyes, talk to them, see if you can figure anything out. I'm gonna
I
go
can just
talk to.
Contact them from any place in the world.
I'm gonna go to contact.
I say we. I agree with Gree for once. We don't split up,
Mark, I'll stay with you. Just
or at least stay in some sort of pairing off.
well, the library is close to the Temple of Eye, isn't it?
The Temple of the Broken Eye had a library in it, and there's also the archives, which none of you have access to.
Oh, I
Do
should
know
have asked
where
him
the
right now while I
archives
was there.
are?
The archives
Well, the
is
Noble
a
District,
giant selection of information that they keep guarded.
Well, I'll head with Gree to the Temple of the Broken Eye.
Okay, looks like I'm
Blair
going.
can
to
do
the
whatever he
Temple of
wants
the
because
Broken
he's his
Eye.
own woman.
Blair, come with us.
I was gonna go to the archives and.
I'll
check
go
those
with
out, but-
I'll go with him to the archives. I might be able to talk them into letting us in. You guys go to the Temple of the
No,
Broken Eye.
I think it's best if we all stay with Mark. Gree would probably be safe in the
You
temple.
can literally just talk to his temple boys. Like,
From here, I'll come. We're all going to the
We'll all
archives.
just go to the archives.
guys,
Alright,
Okay.
go to the archives.
this isn't that hard, guys.
God, we're all traveling like a fucking turtle.
Just like
And on
walking
the
in
way-
circles.
On the way, I will contact them to see if there are any updates.
And about the dragon things.
All right, and about the dragon things. I'm not going to mention the dragon things, Frog.
Okay.
Now you see, I would put on an Omni dress to like cover my skin, but I'm also like,
Listen, you're like
Just
10 feet
tall.
tall. I don't think you're gonna
it's not gonna
blend in with anybody.
Alright.
Do you not have the disguise self or whatever?
Nope.
So all of you head over to the archives.
I might
Yeah.
get
Mhm.
myself
And
soon.
I'm gonna talk to. I.
Okay, and you're gonna ask him if they found anything about spies.
Yeah.
He just basically tells you they have not enough people out on the streets. They're sending out more. They're gathering as much information as they can. Check back later.
Okay.
All right. You guys head to the archives through the noble district, past the palace. This very large, ornate ivory building with white stone and black accents. You see a very large dome of glass with a small.
What
not
kind of
small.
black accents? Like New York, Chicago, or
Uh,
are we talking South black?
You see a very large dome of mosaic glass in different colors with a large, almost like pipe sticking out the side from a slit. Large towers with capped roofs and spikes with small lightning rods on them. It looks like a very big library and also laboratory. You get to the gilded.
Okay, said that.
You get to the gilded gates with intricate, detailed carvings of several historical events none of you are very familiar with. They are shut, and there is.
I don't know. I might be, but
There are no guards there, but they are shut.
Can I
There is a large knocker, though. Go ahead and
I
make
knock.
a religion
I
or
love
history check
large knockers.
Gree or me?
if you would like to see what the detailings are.
Sure, I'll go for
Wait,
it.
make a
History or religion. Mark, you would not know about this.
Okay, but I can just.
You can check, but. Alright, Gree, you would recognize the lower half of the symbols to be Asalam and his rise from a demigod to a new god, his conquest and him killing Lolth, the Spider Queen, for the Drow. And Alaric, you would recognize you'd recognize most of the same things, but up above are more human conquests, like Genesee spreading into parts of Uritha and taking Yedi from them.
Like, I might not know the specifics,
Adonis
but I
from
would
them.
understand, like, the higher
Yeah.
concepts. Like,
You
what's
would
going
you
on.
understand that the lower half feature gods because of what they look like,
Yeah, okay.
and one
Yeah, I
looks
read,
like a big spider thing.
I read
It's,
a D&D web novel that had Loth in it, so that's how I know who she is.
Do I gather anything different or?
You see human conquests from Genesee taking over parts of Uritha and taking. Actually, you would see them losing Brighttown to the roving bands of pirates. The spires of Ekditch forming, but not much. You don't know all of their history. You notice the Dragon's Bower Spire, the thing in the middle of the city, is running up along the point where the two doors meet together. If you open the doors, it would like split in half.
So I grab the knocker and I start knocking.
All right.
What
Make-
And
knockers?
as I do it, I'm humming to myself. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Take 1,000,000 psychic damage.
Wow. Alaric, are you being an are you just you're
Go
being
on.
fun for once?
Go on.
It's shocking.
I've got fun in me.
More like knocking.
I'm speaking better than Loyalist.
3 large slams on the door. You feel them reverberate underneath a large brass handle, and they slowly begin to creak open, and you can see the eye of a very large figure towering over most of you, about Mark's height. Very deep yellow.
So
You can-
towering over two of us.
2 of you. Mark's height, shorter than Roger still. Peering in with a deep yellow eye, slit pupil. Who's there?
Howdy. We're here to check the archives. We're a friend of the magnate.
You don't look like Archivist members.
We're not, but we're a friend of the magnate, and we're hoping to gather some information.
On what?
On some
Big
strange...
flying creatures that shoot lightning.
Do
Pretty
you
much that.
know a member of the Archives?
I don't believe we
Would
do.
Vedastus be a member of the Archives?
You don't know, but you'd figure.
I'm saying that, like,
Oh, you're saying that out loud with Dastus?
yeah.
Okay.
Vedastus.
Oh, you know him. Fine. Fine. And the doors slowly creak open, and you see this very muscular, large half-orc, and very, like, non-formal or non-stereotypical clothing, like a turtleneck, glasses, comb-backed hair, tusks flattened, very clean, well-shaved, very low color palette, and he kind of motions the rest of you in.
Just gonna nod when I go in.
Nods
Okay.
back.
Nice to meet you. I'm Alaric.
I'm Tolfin. It's good to meet you.
I
And he
presume-
closes the doors behind you, and he walks behind you. I suggest make yourself at home. If you're looking for information, it might take a while. As he cranes his neck, and you see these long and tall shelves that go all the way up to the ceiling, full of books,
gosh.
giant ladders, books floating in and out of cubby holes, and a large circular desk at the middle.
Do you have some kind of organizational structure?
We do. I can give you information on what you seek. You just need to be a bit more specific, otherwise you're going to read through
We-
1,000 books.
Saw them in Dramalta.
Can I see a
Might have been,
What was that, Mark?
might have been Dramalta, roughly the size of a city.
hour long nap? just lay down on a table and take a nap.
Okay,
Okay.
once Mark's done interrupting me. They were roughly maybe the size of a city. I don't know.
Where-
Did
Roger.
they look dragonish? Like
They were
can you see?
silhouettes with wings, long necks, and shot lightning.
they had long necks and wings, shot lightning.
And you say you saw these in Dramalta with your own 2 eyes?
I
Might have been Dramalta. It was a
might have been
strange
yeah. Let's
interplanar
just say
thing.
I touched something I probably wasn't supposed to. Saw some things I probably shouldn't have seen. And yeah, I just want to look into it.
Visions are not very concrete ideas that I can focus on, but I'll see what I can do.
You saw the future.
That
Do you have any
I
like
don't believe.
I don't know places to sit, things to do besides read? 'Cause,
He
I
looks
mean,
at the
I'm not
giant
a
table.
scholarly type.
You may sit here.
There's magic in this world. I don't know what you expect from.
All right. You nerds go. Oh, sorry. I didn't. Not you. You're not a nerd. You're neat. You nerds. You guys go look for whatever you're
I
looking
take
for.
out my hand mirror and I make sure he's pointing at himself.
As you turn around to point at Gree, Roger, and Mark, you point at Gree's hand mirror. As you say, you nerds.
It's very girly
It's a
one.
very girly hand mirror.
I rub my temple and I say, point taken. You guys go find whatever information you're looking for. This is well beyond my scope, so I'm
Is
gonna
there
go.
anything you seek?
Oh, anything that I seek.
Information about your family.
Well, do you have any books on tactics? That might interest me. History?
We have many history books, many of the greatest generals, kings, nobles.
I'll take a crack at those. I'll find something to read.
You see him snap his fingers, and a few people start collecting books. They just kind of float down into their hands.
Would them being some sort of guardians help you out in any way?
Are you sure it was Dramalta?
Might have been Dramalta. Could have been another country with more magic. I don't
How
want
many
to
of them
leap
were
too
there?
far. There were 3 of them.
And they shot lightning. What else did they do? What were they doing? What were they shooting at, for one?
We were sailing with a large fleet of ships towards this country, towards the city, and they attacked us and sunk every ship within minutes.
Alright, they're gathering books. Make yourself at home, find a place to sit, and you can begin reading. If you need me, I will be in the observatory. And you see him just...
Oh, hey, yeah, I want to talk to you for a second.
He poops back. Yes.
Can you speak to me in every single language you know?
He pops out of existence.
Thank you.
Frog is a coward.
Alright.
How many
Over the
languages
course...
does he know?
A lot. Over the course of like 10 minutes, a lot of books get placed near a corner of the table that you 3 may sit at. Some of them about war and conquest. Yeah.
Coolest covers.
There is a separate pile, kind of smaller, an easier selection or an easier
Fifth
category.
grade reading level.
Yeah.
That picture.
Yeah, picture book, pop-up books, but the books that you read,
Guys,
Alaric,
check
are
this
about.
out. They pop
It's
up. They got
it's a
pictures in 'em.
decapitation. It's a
You open it,
decapitation
like a
pop-up.
Like, you open it, like a sword comes out.
Guys, look at this. You know what? I'll tell you what. Mark, if you could make books that had like magic pop out, make pictures, we'd sell so many.
You see a small furbolg next to you. Go. Shh.
The adventures of...
him and I sigh. Mark!
Yeah, I heard you the first time.
Just making sure. Oh god, this
Do you want
reminds
to
me
make
of
like
a
an
kid.
investigation check?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh,
Mark,
If you'd like to
Roll
make one.
Hit dice.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Oh,
I
You're
guess
saying
this is
we
gonna
take a
count
short
as
rest?
You can take a short rest. Searching him, walking to the magnate, walking here, talking, sitting down.
we all roll shit.
only have
Except
Mark
Mark.
saves the day. Mark saves the day.
Alaric, you get distracted by the picture books, but you read a couple of things about the conquest of Genesee from the small bands of tribes. You do pick up on one section or one book in total that is
Am I the
about
only one who didn't get hit?
maybe.
Oh no, I was already hit from earlier.
Yeah, he was hit from earlier.
Okay.
One of the books you read, Alaric, is about the separation of the Drow that came from the Underdark, the creation of the Underdrow and the Overdrow, and how they're still fighting to this day. The death of
as
Lolth
I'm reading
and
it,
why
I
they
stop
sunk
and I
back in.
say,
Yeah.
I say to the rest of the group, I say, you know,
Underdark
I don't know
books, and you
why,
throw
but
it
we've
away.
been running into a lot of Underdark things lately. It's almost like some kind of greater being wants us to go there. Now, like I
are
said,
the-
I don't believe in gods, so I'm not doing it.
Are there any weapons in that book that might, like ancient bullshit weapons?
Ancient weapons? I'll have to check.
Like drawings of them. I'd say you'd have to find
yeah.
other books.
Like
So you
Yeah, that's what I'll
diagrams
do.
and
So in a
stuff,
minute.
not literally just weapons.
Yeah, we'll do that later,
Yeah.
but go
Yes.
ahead. Go ahead.
Gree,
Move on.
Gree and Roger, you guys skim through a couple of books. Gree, you have one upside down for a minute, but you read
I'm kind of drunk.
you
It's in
read
Arabic.
you read very basic information about lightning dragons or behirs or basilisks, not really fitting the niche. However, Mark, you select a few books. One about ancient dragons. You learn the properties of blue dragons and how they shoot lightning, how they feast on clouds, and usually live near coastal areas. But you also find a few books on Dramalta's history.
Okay.
One of them tells a story. It's not really sure if it's folktale or actual history, but it's got ties to actual history. How a town
like-
on the
It's
coast.
like, you know, the place in between.
Yeah, it's somewhat real and somewhat not. But a town on the coast, once a very thriving market capital of Dramalta, long before the current dynasty, was decimated by a large fleet of dragons, shooting lightning into their streets, killing them all, and taking whatever they wanted.
It's like
Okay.
Critical Role.
You would
So the
also
Blue Dragon.
blue dragons, and you would also recognize that in Roger's vision, these creatures had wings but were much longer than dragons. Dragons are usually fairly stocky while still remaining large. The ones Roger saw were more fluid and snake-like.
So they weren't blue dragons.
They might be blue dragons, is what you're garnering.
They might be like hybrid.
Yeah. You're not exactly sure what they are, but you're pretty sure they'd probably have to be related to dragons.
Okay.
Aren't basilisks or whatever?
Basilisk Behirs, all of them are.
Basilisks are smaller as well.
You would also read that once the city was destroyed, the capital was moved inland near the Oasis Lakes, and it's just been constant political strife since then. And eventually the Horan dynasty had taken over, and the current leader is Sugimoto Hizakane.
Okay, so it's Japan.
Yes,
Um,
it's been that way.
Rate.
And you would understand that these books are probably well kept and up to date because it also mentions their civil war and how the beginnings of it, that it's already started, and there are blank pages left in the book.
okay. So it's like a history. It's like a
Yep.
full history book. Comprehensive history.
Yep. I'm guessing you retell all this information to the party.
As I usually do.
Yep. All right. So you guys learn all that.
I keep very little of what I learn from stuff we need to know.
All right, so you guys all
so
learn
it
that.
might have been blue dragons. is what we
So
gathered.
might be blue dragons. Okay.
Some sort of descendant of blue dragons and serpents and
Gree, what did I tell you about the dragons? Or whatever they are?
Huh?
What did I tell you about
Oh, he said
the
he had no clue.
All right.
Well,
If they're dragons, that means that there's definitely a way to kill them.
yeah.
So we got that much at least.
Well, I
We know they're.
mean, dragons are basically gods, so we can't kill them.
I
Right, Alaric?
disagree. We can kill them. If we can kill them, they're not gods.
Oh, hold on.
Going
Mark,
back to my main
Mark
point.
got a natural 20. So one more bit of information. You would have learned that the dragons that took over that town and destroyed it were killed by something, and were never seen again.
By either D&D character.
So
Did you
if
kill
we can
them?
kill them,
No.
then we can stop them, and that's helpful at least. At least we know that we're not facing literal
Thank you,
gargants.
Alaire. If we can
Yes.
kill them, we can stop them.
I know it's not the
Okay.
wisest choice of words, but you get the meaning.
Well, I
They're
think
not unstoppable.
we should still
Nothing is unstoppable.
collect the spies and head over to Jamalta.
I agree with you, but
Agree?
before we leave, I'm going to have the scientists start making weapons to attach to the ships.
Okay.
I mean, we
That
should
should
have done
not
that
take
anyway.
more
So.
than a conversation to have.
You already have weapons. I thought you had.
There's some ballistas on the ships, but if we're going to be running into dragons potentially, I want us to be as well prepared and well armed as possible.
You know what, Alaric? That's a good.
Oh,
good-
I mean,
also,
we should be well prepared anyways. So.
I'll ask the party. Are we sailing or are we teleporting to Anzali, was it?
We'll be
Ponzali's
teleporting to
the-
Ponzali.
We will teleport, yes.
We're smaller groups, it'll be harder to track us, and that means we can move faster. We'll teleport, we'll get some information. I will let the rest of our group know that there's a threat there that we're going to try and take care of, and we'll give them the signal to show up when we can.
Alright. And after we go to Ponzali, are we heading into Jamalta?
We'll be
and
heading
then
to Demalt
Dumalt?
first.
Isn't Dumalt on the other end of
Demalt
Ponzali,
is on the Ponzali, or is the
It's right in the
capital.
middle, pretty
Solia
much.
is like the big long. I can just show you. I have the map
I
right
mean,
here.
I thought
just
I pictured
just
Jamalta
change
in
them.
between.
Okay. Oh, equality on this.
Give it a
No,
second.
it just takes a second to load. Yeah, so
Okay. Yeah, there it
we
is.
can just head to Demalt.
And Ponzali is right here.
So, where is
Yeah,
it?
so that's
I'm
Okay.
still glowing.
that's
So-
Ponzali. We go to Demalt,
I'm
gather
still
what we
like
can there, and then
Wait,
go to
where's
Jamalta.
Ponzali?
Ponzali is the
Right
thing
there.
that I keep pressing on.
Okay.
We
Isn't there
send
trains, Frog?
There are trains in Ponzali, like monorails, but they're not trains out.
we'll send the spies to Jamalta to gather more information for us with Ruby. I'm
So
assuming.
the mold is where Alaric comes from.
Yes.
Okay. Would we know that? Or do
Yeah,
we
he's
not?
told you.
Yes.
He's told you.
I'm just making sure.
We should
Can't
explore
remember
the
exactly what
astral
it said.
ways.
You guys should go to the free folk.
Fine, I'll conquer the free folk. Fucking Christ, Frog.
Guys, let's just take over Solia from the inside.
Bad idea, but yeah. So we're gonna hit Demalt first. Go to where I'm from because we're gonna gather allies there. There's people there that I probably know, and I have some business there to take care of anyway. And then once we take care of that, we'll head over to Jamalta, and around
Hopefully by
then,
that time Ruby will be.
yeah. By then, Ruby will have set herself up. We'll have more information, and then we'll call the rest of our army over.
Our army. Your army.
The rest of my army over. Yes.
All right. So you guys reading any more books?
I'm gonna look for weapons specifically used to hunt dragons.
Make
Oh,
a
I can-
investigation check,
I can help him with that.
and with advantage. As you're looking through the books, a few people help you. Like they float down to them, and they pass a few books to you. The large crystal columns that line the bookshelves begin to vibrate and glow and channel upward towards the mosaic dome ceiling, with a small platform beneath it. And the glass kind of glows a few different colors, and it just stops.
I just want to see what I'll roll if I. Okay.
In my
That didn't have to count.
in my thing, was it which country did you say they attacked?
Who? The dragons?
The dragons.
They attacked Dramalta around here,
Around
a
there?
coastal city
I'm gonna
here.
Right.
I want to look for books on legendary spears.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Legendary magical spear weapon.
Okay. Please get a nat one.
How long ago did it say the dragons attacked?
19.
Didn't give a definite date because it's kind of folktale, kind of history. Alaric, you find a few books on detailing the hunting of wyverns, basilisks, bayheres, and young dragons. They would use the specialized ballistas made of astralium, made of dragon scales, or in some cases adamantine.
Okay. So the ballistas are made of adamantine, or the bolts are?
The ones you have,
No,
No.
no, the
About to
ones
say.
in the
yeah, the ones in the book,
Those are the
the bolts are either adamantine, astralium, or dragon scales
Which
and
is-
bones.
okay. Regular
Because
ballista.
you said ballistas, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
So
the ballistas are
yeah.
regular but like reinforced and much larger.
Okay.
There's
That
also
makes, that makes things.
there's also
Like
a set of
Ones in
like
Game of Thrones that can't hit a dragon, but can hit a dragon at the same time.
we're sponsored by Game of Thrones. There is also another set
Today
of
we are
weapons,
sponsored by FromSoft.
Elden
up.
Ring. Another set of weapons detailed as 4 sets of trebuchets that launched a net woven with astralium to capture a dragon and bring it down to the ground.
Man,
Okay.
this
After
special
the
metal
session, could
comes
you
up
send
so
those
often.
notes to me, just so I can remember?
Gree, you looked for legendary spears. You read a few ancient tales of warriors and kings and gods wielding spears. One of note comes up a lot. Aslam's spear,
Correct. That's it.
the one he used to kill Lolth.
How do you spell Aslan?
Asulam.
M or N?
M. Asulam.
A-S-U-N?
M as in Mike,
Asulam.
not N as in Navajo.
What's Asalam the god of?
The god of the sun and the patron god of this entire country.
I'm taking his spear.
Alright. Anything else you guys are trying to
Patron of,
research?
what the fuck is this country?
That's
Just
pretty
say.
much all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much all we need at the moment.
No, I want to research more spear stuff.
You can do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to the place where I need to go.
But Alaric, you can help me with the spear stuff. The spear research. Very
I've
important.
got the information that I need.
Entirely unrelated to research, but just how much would I know about like the school in Solia?
You would know it is the prime location for all magisters and those who want to improve their skills go. However, it's kind of tricky to get in. You also know that they were in the Judean forest, in near Himwick. They were the College of Himwick, but that town was overrun by some strange creatures, and it was moved into Ponsley.
Okay.
Oh, we can see my sister. Oh,
No.
oh, yes.
Alright.
Okay. One last thing I want to do here.
Okay.
I'm gonna sneak around the library and try and listen in on conversations that are in different languages.
Make a stealth check. And a perception check.
And an investigation check.
And a performance check.
And a religion check.
What languages do you speak already?
Like two. Primordial,
Common.
and undercommon.
You would learn Elvish.
Okay.
And you would also learn Abyssal.
Language proficiency. Language proficiency.
Abyssal.
Yes.
Why is someone sitting around speaking Abyssal in the library?
2 people are speaking in Abyssal.
Okay, but how well does he know the language?
He can speak
All
it.
I
He
need to do
can't
is
write
say
it.
one word.
He can't write it. He can't read it, but he can speak it, and he can understand it. You can feel the gibbering tongue kind of just like licking inside your head, even though it's not there.
You misspelled Abyssal. It has 2
Abyssal.
Joe cannot spell.
Neither can Loyal.
This is a
You-
common
you-
occurrence. I
Well, half
wouldn't
of it is on
avoid that.
purpose.
Okay, Menagerie.
That was not on purpose. I just did not know how to spell menagerie.
M-I-N-A.
I also have caps lock.
Alright.
Nita,
As
Nita
you
Jerry.
as you're sneaking around Gree, the crystal columns begin to glow again, reach the top and fade, and you see Tulfin reappear on the ground. Alright, time's up.
Alright, we're already on our way out.
Good.
I put the books down as neatly as I possibly can,
You
try
see
and
'em-
organize them a little
You
bit.
see him kind of just tap them and then begin flying back quickly into the shelves.
Oh, well, yeah, alright.
I'm gonna
Show
shake
off.
his hand.
He,
Thank
sh-
you
he shakes your
for
hand.
allowing us.
I appreciate your time.
I can tell at least one of you is a
race are
scholarly
you?
type. He is a
Ooh.
half-orc.
Thanks.
I mean, I'll
I
probably
say
never,
thanks and I just walk out.
I'll probably never come back here.
I
nice.
I would appreciate that.
I mean to the city, but okay. How do you become a member of the archives?
Show great magical prowess and loyalty to this country.
Oh, okay, PP.
I
has-
immediately
I'm
cast
gonna
minor
leave.
illusion to make like a giant fireball in my hand.
Okay. He kind of looks to you. Why are you casting
I have-
illusions?
Great magical power.
He waves his hand and he dispels magic.
I'm gonna
And it
grab,
wafts in your face.
grab Gree by the neck and just pull him out.
Follow Mark.
I
Please tell
wanted to become a
Vadastus
member.
I said do not send any more people here.
He did not send us, but thank you.
And he closes the door.
You know, we're probably never getting in there ever again because you just. Nah, whatever.
I don't care.
I didn't do anything. I cast minor illusion.
I'll just bring Vadassus.
How much gold did we get, by the way? I didn't write that down.
From the,
62.
62 each.
Alright,
So,
so
Gree,
where you boys going now?
we're heading on the way to the keep, I guess.
Alright.
And
What
along the way.
road?
Along the
Don't have
way, we're.
Don't we have to pick up
Jesus
the.
Christ, can I talk?
Don't we have to pick
Like,
up the
really?
VO?
I already did. We already did that.
You already did
Okay.
that.
What?
So where did you get stabbed at and turned into whatever you are?
In your back.
In my back, yeah.
Or, like, location,
He wouldn't know.
like on. Alright,
You could examine his back for
Where
scars.
specifically?
like on the map in this country, where did you get
Oh, I
stabbed?
thought you meant on his body. Jesus.
No.
Oh, you were serious, Frog? I thought you were joking.
I thought you meant where on his body.
No.
Around here.
Yeah. I mean, I know that. Does Gree know that?
Do I know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I take out a map that I do not have, and I point here.
You take out your compass that doesn't work and just point.
Well, I'm assuming he knows where Thela is because he kind of rebirthed there.
Make an intelligence check.
Me?
Yeah. You know Thala is more grassy,
Exists.
so it could either be down by Alcidi or way up. You don't know. It could be in ED for all you know.
Well, let's just look at the map and maybe you'll come to your senses.
I mean, maps aren't very like picturesque, if you know what I'm saying.
It's literally what they are.
Well, while you guys are talking about that, I'm gonna go meet up with my boys, explain the
We're
situation.
all walking
We're
together.
walking,
You're walking
there. that's
together.
where- We're having this conversation while we're walking there.
Alright, so you guys head to Fortitude.
Did you not have anything to add to that alert?
No.
Alright. You guys get to Fortitude, and I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Alright, little break.
Fuck you, Jay. Be
What?
more supportive.
I'm not supporting any of you guys. You kidding me?
Supportive.
What happened
I
to
died.
Alaric trying to be nice to us?
I'm trying.
Hey,
Not
he was
very
nice
hard.
to me earlier.
Yeah.
Screw
I had
you.
a whole thing with Mark where I just asked him, what do you want to do? This is your situation, how do you want to treat it? I will do whatever you want and I'll
mean-
help you out.
Okay.
Never done anything like that from me. Jake, I
haven't
caught
needed it.
You almost killed me with your bullets, and I caught him.
Which was, by the way, we have to do that again. That's a great combo.
You did almost kill Gree outright.
We have to do that. No, out
I
of
still had
game.
40 health.
Great fucking combo.
I still had 40 health at that point, so he would have done half damage, but I definitely would have almost died to his cone of cold. I had like 2 health left.
I didn't take any damage during that entire fight.
Well, you weren't in the fight. You were on the rooftop and running
Shooting
around,
arrows.
doing your job.
Yeah.
I did my job, giving you guys more damage and temporary HP.
I did my job of stunning him
I
once.
also disarmed the trap.
I've returned.
Disarmed a trap by stepping in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so...
yeah, that's better than him stepping in it. Frog, that was a good boss. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I mean, we still fucking wrecked him, though. Like, we... Hey, get it? Wrecked him?
If there were more like traps around there, that would have been.
Don't give him ideas. But, so, once we get back to Fortitude, I'm basically just gathering most
Vesper's
of...
not back yet. Hold on.
Oh, is he not? I thought he was still here.
There is a
Oh, he
frog
muted himself.
near
Didn't say
my door.
anything, Okay.
There's a frog near my window, and I can hear it. I don't
What
know
are
if
you
you
doing
guys
near
can.
your window?
It's your family.
Well, my desk is near my window, so. But they're very loud tonight.
Just speak. Use the gibbering tongue. And
I don't have the gibbering tongue,
I
Joe.
can hear the frog actually.
When I speak.
Mhm.
Good one, Law. Proud of you.
I mean, unironically, I could actually hear the frog.
croaks. Frogs croak.
Yes.
Not so.
They bellow.
The frog bellows angrily.
The frog
as
bellows
you
at
try and
midnight.
Get him off your fucking windowsill.
I'm using a new font on OneNote, and it hasn't crashed yet. So maybe the font was the issue.
Really?
Maybe it hasn't crashed. It's not like it crashes. It just shuts off, and I have to press the button again, and it opens instantly. But it's still annoying.
we could ask my spy dude if he's heard of any oozes around. He'd probably know.
Oozes are kind of rare though.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's
have you
exactly
seen
why
any
he
of
would
this
know.
weird slime hanging out?
You would definitely notice.
Possibly sentient? Oh, no, not sentient.
Sentient is kind of a
I
wide.
have a higher intelligence than you, Jake.
No, you don't. What's your
Life.
intelligence?
Really?
In real life? No, you don't.
10 times higher than you.
Did you spill
Even
milk
ever-
on your carpet and left it there?
No, Jake.
Lies
I
and
don't want to hear
slander.
no, I have higher intelligence IRL bullshit.
What if you made a cum tweet? All right.
I
That's
haven't.
the-
That's how I know I'm more intelligent than you, Joe.
What if you made
I
the
don't
cum
tweet.
Cum tweet. Cum
No.
tweets are a sign of intelligence. Why? Someone, one of the people I follow on Instagram took a video of the Harry Potter dragon in Harry Potter Land and put the caption Dracarys over it.
Okay.
All
Back
right,
to
well,
D&D.
from there.
Vesper
in
back?
Fortitude. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Alright, you enter Fortitude.
And I'm just gonna call everybody over, as many people as I can find, and just pretty much establish what's going on. That we cannot go to. Alright, so I'll just say it, character. So everybody gathers. Listen.
Are you making your voice deeper?
Listen. I know we were going to go to the country very soon,
He did it again.
but
He's copying.
is that just going on? Is that making my voice deeper? What's going on?
Do you have the voice deeper thing?
No, I don't.
No, like the thing where your headphones are slightly unplugged, like me and Vesper were.
That might be the case. Hang on. But it's probably just the microphone anyway. But listen, we're not going to Malta quite yet. That we one of our members here, and I thumb over to Mark. Someone had made an attempt on his life. We're gonna go solve that problem. There's also something waiting for us in Malta, and I want all of you to live. I want you guys to survive. The last thing I want is your guys' death on my hands. So I'm gonna go
On
take
your
care of that.
hands.
I'm gonna
See
put
what
myself.
is
I'm gonna
You
put
literally
myself
just
on the
murdered,
line for
like,
you guys.
30 homeless people.
I'm gonna put myself on the line for you guys, and try to find the issue.
You should have said that to the homeless people.
I know my leaving is pretty much a common thing, and I know many of you probably haven't met me before. So
as a gesture of good faith, and in the hopes that you guys remain here when I come back, I just drop a sack of 1,000 gold on the table. Sparse that out between all of you. Do what you need to do.
I try and take some.
Not Joe, don't.
Oh,
No, sorry, Gree, don't. I don't know who Joe is.
It's actually Gree.
I thought it was for your followers.
It's for them.
I am one of them.
You were not.
Damn it.
Joe becomes
You're
not
special.
a party member.
But there's money. You guys will be able to take care of yourselves while I'm gone. When I come back, we'll discuss things. But for now, go do your business. Where's Kevin and Skullcap?
Kevin is like right there.
Yeah, so Kevin, Skullcap, I need to have a conversation. with you
Skullcap is not there, and neither is Pavlov.
All right, they're still doing the whorehouse thing.
Yes, it's
Okay.
been a few hours, if that.
Oh, okay, that's right. I'm sorry. It's been like a week since our last session, so it's
2 weeks.
fucking up my time scale. 2 weeks. 2 weeks?
Yep.
Jesus
been 2
Christ.
It's been a week and a half.
Well, in
It's
any
been
case,
2 weeks.
I am just gonna have to pull Kevin aside and just have a conversation with him.
He and Polybius do, like, after everyone disperses and gets their money, Polybius and Kevin both walk to you.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this pretty much into my chambers, my private chambers, where I just kind of sit at a desk. I imagine I'm sitting at a desk, and I just got those two sitting in front of
It's a picnic table.
me.
He couldn't afford a desk.
So, I know recruiting has been well, but how was their experience? What have they been doing while I've been gone?
We've been, this is Kevin, we've been setting up a few jobs. The Black Stacks have not put out a few posters lately. I think it's because they've been hired by you. So we've been searching elsewhere for jobs, but a few of them are out right now, and I'm working on getting others out too.
Okay. I'm going to say that
Everyone here has
We're
been
going
through
to need
basics.
that's good. As long as they've been through the basics, that's a step up. I'll be having a man arrive soon, Ochtred. He's going to take care of training overall. He's also bringing a bunch of wyverns. So
It's also a happy one.
when we're able, we're going to have to get a warehouse for those.
I mean,
also,
I mentioned before to buy the warehouse next door. It might be
Yeah.
a good investment.
yeah, that's what all.
Oh.
How much do you think the warehouse is going to cost? So I'll just give you the gold. You can go do it now.
It was the Golden Tides hangout, or one of their bases of operations, and it's not in use anymore, so it might cost just a little under 800.
All right, I just slide up the gold. Get the warehouse, prepare it. When Ochtred arrives, also let him know about my pet, the bird, the wyvern hawk. Have him train it.
About that, he's it's only been a day or two since you've been back, but he's a bit bigger already.
Well, Ochtred shouldn't be much longer. Maybe 2 more days.
What's he look like?
He's a hobgoblin, big fucker.
All right. Don't know if we got
Red.
a bed. Don't know if we got a bed big enough for that.
Well, find him quarters, find him anything that you can.
Well, if we buy the warehouse, we'll have plenty of room.
Could do. Yeah. How many people are under our servers right now?
Let me check.
As I suffer from lung cancer continuously.
Currently, we have about 62,
Okay.
and then all of the scientists and me, Polybius, a Rooter, the robot, Pavlov, and the lizard. Plus 62 more.
Okay. Find me the robot, have him meet us in the center room. We've got some questions for him he might be able to answer. Besides that, everyone's doing a really good job, and matter of fact, here, and I put the sword down on the table. I say, you've been doing a good job. I've done a lot for you. You've done a lot for me. Here, take the sword.
The sensor
Read
sword
well. Yep.
kind of examines it. This might be a bit above my pay grade, if I'm being honest.
Well, I reward loyalty, and you've been the most loyal amongst them. You've definitely risen from where you were when I first met you. That's for damn sure.
You're telling me.
But the sword should serve you well. It's served me well.
Kind of like
Handle it carefully.
opens the incense hatch. It's very nice. It's
should I
Royal
come
quality?
to an unexpected end, do the best that you can to keep this place running. But if you can't, make a name for yourself out there.
Kind of see him kind of like wipe his face a bit. That means a lot. Thank you. And he reaches out, pats you on the shoulder, and shakes your hand.
I shake his hand and I look over to Polybius. Now, Polybius, do you have anything for me?
I have a selection of information me and Ephemeris have been gathering. It
Okay.
might
Actually, hold that
Help you.
information. I just snap my finger and I say, "Bring the others in. They want to hear this."
Kevin exits. I'll bring him in. Roger, Mark, and Gree. Kevin tells you to come into the main quarters.
I'll go.
Okay. Well, okay.
And Gree is currently getting eaten by the wyvern hawk.
I'm here. What do you need?
All right, you guys enter. Kevin shuts the door behind you.
I'm sleepy.
Polybius kind of takes a few pieces of paper from a pouch on his side, now wearing more normal clothes, but still with his people's flair to it. Lays them out, and it's appear to be schematics and information, still in the black or the gray men's tongue. There are large schematics and drawings of several very large-looking structures, and he points to the first one. This is called the Worm Coil. It is a mining rig my people have built. And me and Ephemeris, we've been piecing these things together that I remembered. I'm not sure where they are now, but these things might come in handy to you and your efforts. But I would also like to see my people's work used once more and not have
Of
our
course.
efforts wasted.
What would the mining rig give us? Resources?
Kind
I
of
assume?
flips it to you and shows you. It looks like a giant mechanical worm with tons of drills and blades on the side that look like they spin.
Australian?
They look like drills and blades.
Or
Can't
no,
Interesting.
I'm asking him.
Ooh,
could
where
they mine
would,
Australia?
possibly, but if it gets inside the machinery, it might not work. It's powered by Ethereum.
Okay. Where would this be located?
Currently, I'm unsure. I've heard tale of a machine similar in Betema, possibly, but it is
Where's
unsure of where it
Betema?
is. Betema is the gnome country that Alaric went to, as Alaric gets flashbacks of them dancing and singing show
If they're in
tunes.
Bedlam, if they're in Bedlam, at the very least, that's gonna be in that fucking location anyway.
It's when we used it, it was capable of producing around 25 tons of material a day. It could carve through mountains in less than a week, and it was also used to siege walls once or twice.
That's gonna be fucking.
Slides it to you,
Okay.
points to the next one. This is called the Jaunt Disc, and it looks like basically a flying saucer, but small, and there's people standing on it. It's pretty large still, but smaller than your average like classical one.
Okay.
This is a floating structure we use to transport our nobility between our locations. It flies very quickly. Can move around 10, 20 people. Depends on how
Okay.
close they stand together. Very quickly through the air, and from the ground it is invisible.
And where was that last heard of?
This I have no idea. I've not heard anything about it.
It's in the Underdark.
However, last I know it was in one of our laboratories. However, I believe that one has collapsed. So if it is there, it is not obtainable.
Somewhere underground, perhaps in
It's really-
Underdark, if you will.
Perhaps God told me to tell you it was in the Underdark.
I think it was flying.
I do
It
have
just, like, jumped off of it, right?
one
Then
It could
mission
land.
that I need you guys to do.
then it
You
would
and
just be
you can take
stuck in
Kevin,
the air forever.
and the robot specifically. I trust you three. And I hand him the map of a bunch of Australian deposits. I need you to go around, grab what you can. You can only mine these with adamantine tools. I'm sure you know that.
Of course. However, there's one more.
Okay.
And he points to the last piece of paper after sliding you the Jaunt Disc one. This one looks like a very large rectangular ballista. This is the ion cannon. It's a mountable piece of artillery. It uses Ethereum coils, residuum, and Australium plates to move very heavy slabs of tungsten and other metals very, very quickly. We used it to tear through ships, and it could sink around 3 in one shot.
And where would this be located?
This one, I have no idea. But I believe if it's anywhere, it will be probably in one of the sanctuaries, one of our laboratories.
How big is it?
It fits on the front of the ship, on its mast. It replaces it. It's very
Do you
heavy.
remember where your laboratories were?
The one that contained the ion cannon, when it was put out of commission for repairs, was, I believe, in Idan, near Solia. Or what is now Solia.
All right.
The
If you can,
the jaunt disc, I'm unsure, and like I said, the worm coil is most likely in Bedema.
okay. If you
Where was
can,
it? Where was
if you're
in?
capable, I need you to at least try and triangulate the or triangulate.
We're
That's not a
working
word
on
they'd
that right
use.
now.
I need you to specify which location it would be in exactly, and let me know when and where it's going to be. We'll be returning once we're done with our little job here, or no, you'll be coming to us actually. So, we're going to be in Dramalta.
Dumont.
We're all gonna be in Dramalta within about 3 months, maybe 4.
Solia.
First, we're going to go through to Solia, to Demalt, to gather what we can, then to Dramalta, where we'll send a message
Okay,
and
just
have you
get them
guys
like
cross over.
ascending. Just get them. Just find a sending scroll there.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be the signal.
Well, someone probably has sending here.
But I appreciate the information. Like I said, when you're not doing that, I need you, Kevin, the robot, and any other people who you find to be loyal to me.
I
to
do
go
not think
and-
Ephemeris should join us on this venture. If he manages to touch Astralium, it might not end well for him.
Alright,
you
slap him with Australia.
He's not in there.
You could cover him in cloth. He only needs to be a bodyguard. Just cover him top to toe in cloth.
That won't help.
I don't think cloth would help protect against Australia.
Yeah, like thick cloth.
Like
A gambeson.
Yeah, basically just really thick cloth to protect him. He doesn't need to touch the really pure stuff. He just needs to act as a bodyguard. That's it.
Alright, I will gather a few forces to see if we
Matter
can
of
find it and
fact,
dig it
go
up.
see our crazy scientists. See what they can devise for him.
Right. And he kind of bows. Like I said, I would not like to see my people's efforts wasted. If you do find these things, I would like to see them in action.
Oh, I would like to see them action just as much as you. But be careful out there. Again, take Kevin. He's the best of them. I'll leave somebody else in charge. Probably Allison.
I would not recommend leaving Skullcap in charge. Just
I'm
mention
not
it.
leaving Skullcap in charge.
He has a habit of bringing whores over.
it is his
Nothing
job.
wrong with
Yeah.
that. One of our best friends is a whore.
Yo, how's he doing?
Are you asking me?
Oh, didn't he? No, he just went out. He
Gore-
just-
Gore's at the brothel.
I just lay back down in my chair. It's okay, so tomorrow, maybe 2 days from now, depending, we will set out for where we need to go.
Well, you get your sword and then we head out.
That's
right?
what I'm waiting for. If it's gonna take 2 days, we'll wait 2 days.
Well, let's go to sleep, I guess.
The last thing I'm gonna do is just go over to the scientists and just tell them about the adamantine bolts they need to make, and that's it.
They will say they'll get materials and start working on it.
So Mark,
Yeah.
do you know the name of the elf that we fought?
No.
Oh,
Did
also
you figure it out? You think?
No.
You don't have like a file on. Alright.
I'll get a map
No.
and just ask Gree. Where do you remember now?
I'll point to where my old monastery is. It's around there.
As you're pointing to Thala, where your monastery is located, or around there, you begin pointing, and you feel your finger drawn to the coast near Thala. And you get a little flash in your head, the word birth.
The word?
Yes,
Birth? Okay.
the word birth.
So somewhere
Word
along
birth.
the coast.
Right
Mhm.
around here.
Oh, so literally right next to there. Okay. We can just head there straight away. It's right next to Thala.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright,
Uh,
long rest.
I'm going to take out my compass
Alright.
and set it to track. Fuck, what's her name?
What's her name, Joe?
What's the chick's name? Well,
Did you,
the chick
do
we
you ask
killed
us in
but
character?
resurrected. Yeah, Roger. What? You remember the chick we
Gallows
killed?
was her name.
Gallows, yeah.
Gallows.
The mithril needle begins spinning slowly and then quickly slows down and begins pointing northwest.
Okay. It's just gonna be like that until
Yeah.
I focus on another person, right? It's gonna focus on them.
Mm-hmm.
And go bedtime.
All right. You all get a good night's sleep. And I think the music just ended.
Around.
I think the music just ended as that happened.
We only get half our hit die back, though, right?
Yeah, you get half your hit by
Am I-
on a long rest.
Am I going insane because I can't sleep?
No. You can sleep. You just don't get tired. You don't have to. You still get exhausted if other things give it to you though.
Do you want me to re-roll Liquid Courage every day?
To your addiction?
No.
Or to see if you're drunk?
The drunk things.
Depends on if you're drinking a lot that day.
You don't just wake up drunk. That's not how it works.
I mean, I am an alcoholic.
Okay, but
You're not made of alcohol. You don't just wake up drunk.
Gree is.
I drink Gree.
I'll unattune from the floaty cloak, from the whatever the fuck it's called, the siphon mantle, and reattune to the crossbow.
All right.
The crossbow does thunder damage, right? Or lightning damage.
So, yeah, the crossbow does lightning, and spirit is thunder.
All right.
What's the difference between lightning?
Thunder is noise. Lightning is actual electricity. Thunder and force are basically the same fucking thing, to be honest. But anyway, you all awaken.
Well, thunder is more noise, I think.
Oh yeah.
Set down a bear trap in front of my door.
Okay.
Did I catch the ghost, or perhaps a spy?
No, your bear trap is not triggered. As you open the door to see if you caught anyone, someone carrying a tray of food almost steps in it and looks around and just stares at you. What the fuck?
Watch out for the bear trap.
Right,
Gree,
right.
Stop harassing the hell.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking hear it. You murdered homeless people.
I didn't.
I mean, you kind of led to their death.
Didn't.
I
Good.
didn't murder them though.
Frog, I'm gonna go
You
outside.
weren't even there. You didn't even see that.
I heard it. I'm assuming I
I'm gonna
heard
go
the
outside and
screams.
find like
You heard homeless people.
You can tell they were homeless. Where are you going, Gree?
place with dirt.
You cut out.
A place with dirt.
Okay, that's just like outside the city walls.
Outside the city walls. Fuck that. never
I
mind.
mean, you could go to the magnate's little plant growth area around his
Yeah,
temple,
No, also no. No. I'll wait.
or you could climb the fucking mountain. The two mountains on the side of this place.
There's no dirt in the city. Alright.
It's stone and sand.
What do you want? Dirt?
Magic beans.
Oh yeah.
Goddamn frog. Don't let them know.
All right, so what are you guys doing now?
He's a frog.
Before
Get me a
I'm gonna
sword.
go grab my sword.
All right. You make your way to Vidastus' place, open the front door, and you see him in the back room. Door open. You see flashes of blue light as he swings something down onto a table. Very loud sparks of electricity coming out, and then a gust of wind that almost knocks you off your feet. He seems pretty much unfazed by it. You see him turn around and wipe his brow, carrying what appears to be your sword. Very, very ethereal in nature. The blade kind of tealish, bright blue, glowing ever so slightly. A Damascus pattern, almost like moving around inside of it. The hilt made of bone, pointing downward, and the guard made of bone, pointing downward, and the hilt being made of adamantine plates, and a small
Guard made of hilt.
guard made of hilt, and a small glowing orb at the bottom, pulsing light throughout the entire sword.
Now that's beautiful work.
Ah, good morning. Good to see you again. Lays it on the
yeah, you don't look
table.
like you slept.
I mean, who really needs to sleep? As he sips coffee.
I look over to Mark. Less people
Mark's
think-
eyes wide awake. Wide open, giant bags under his eyes.
So, thank you for the
Just
work.
relax.
No problem. My service fee was around 800 gold.
All right, I slide it over.
He takes it and drops it in the drawer. This is a mighty fine blade, I gotta say. I'm pretty proud of the work I did.
How long? How much? How, hey, Vidasis.
Hmm?
How much did it cost to make your drawer?
My
And
drawer
how long did it take? Yeah.
took me about a week. I just used the basic fundamentals of a bag of holding and just reworked into the desk.
But it went all the way across the room that one time.
Oh yeah, it's a very long drawer. I used a lot of wood. He sips coffee.
How many wood?
I used
Like in Fallout
about
26.
I used about 3 trees worth. I'm not really sure. I just kind of built a desk and a drawer and then enchanted it for a while.
That's really
Hey,
cool.
Mark. How? Could you
Or-
do that?
No, probably not. I don't know. I'm not really.
I mean, anyone can if they spend enough time.
While they're talking, I'm just looking at my sword swinging around in the background,
Pretending to be cool,
twirling it in my hand.
Oh,
making
but
those
that's-
noises.
Pretending
Making,
to not be a
making
man.
objects is less my thing.
What's your thing then?
Shooty bang.
Ah,
Very,
evocation.
that's very descriptive.
Evocation.
Thank you, Vidasis.
Oh, how much would you give me for the Stone of Good Luck?
He takes it in his hand. You don't have use for it? These things are pretty rare. Or rare-ish. Pretty useful, though.
Well, no one here does.
I could take it off your hands for about 500 gold.
Yeah, I'll keep it for a little while.
Alright. Hands it back to you.
We'll appreciate the work you put into this. It's a mighty fine blade.
It was my pleasure.
Definitely worth the effort.
I do enjoy a little bit of a challenge, and working with trammels usually pretty difficult, but I managed.
Well,
Hey, Vidasis.
I'd ask more about that place, but I don't really understand it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not really my problem right now. So until it is, I'm gonna drop that.
Vidasis, do you have a potion of fire or cold or cold resist?
Sure, I might have a few. And he like reaches down into the drawer, pulls out a cold and a fire resistance.
I don't
Oh,
know
and
how much
some
it
healing
costs.
potions would be appreciated as well.
He pulls out 2 greater healing potions and 1. What's under greater is a minor, right?
No, it's just regular healing
Okay,
potions.
regular. 2 greater, 1 regular, and a potion of fire resistance and cold resistance.
How much it costs?
Altogether, with the earlier bird special being it's still almost dark out, I'd say around 750
I
gold
just
for the
want
lot.
them
I'll pay for the whole thing.
to. Oh, okay. Thanks, Jake. You've been throwing a lot of gold around.
I have a lot of gold.
Still?
Until I introduce a gold ooze that only eats gold.
A goose, if you will.
A goose, if you will.
How big is his Gucci?
Anything else you guys are doing? I'm gonna ignore that.
Only other thing that I need to do is just go down to Alice
wait.
and tell her she's in charge of the whole thing till I get back. Or
Hold on,
until
hold-
Kevin gets
hold on,
back, at
Alert.
least.
Don't teleport out of the room yet. I put my foot on his table. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I take off a boot and then plump it on the table. Can you make another one of these?
He kind of leans over the table. Yeah, you have 2 already.
I know, but I want another pair.
Oh,
For a
another
friend.
pair, not just a 3rd boot. All right. He takes them, looks them over, closes his nose. They're not
I
that.
cast prestidigitation so they don't fucking stink.
they're
I've
not-
never washed them before.
Probably not. They're not really that major of an enchantment. I could probably make you another pair for about 155 gold.
I'll pay for it.
Wait,
Do you
what
want
are they?
that,
Okay, but hold.
Mark?
What are they even doing?
Plus 10 to your movement.
Plus 10 speed.
No, it's for
It's
Mark.
not
Are they?
attunement, so
Not
it's just plus
attunement.
10.
They're not attunement. Okay, well then, I guess you know. I mean, I could pay for it. Like,
We're trying to be helpful to you, Mark.
Joe,
I know you gotta buy paper and spells.
You don't have to buy pay pig in and out of the game.
I do you a favor, and this is how you
How much does it
pay me.
cost?
155 gold.
150.
If you give me
Okay.
the better part of like 4 or 5 hours, I could probably make them for you. Honestly,
Yeah, should
someone
be
might have
better.
them in stock nearby.
Who?
Yeah, it'll just
Someone.
Be,
The archives have a few magical items they keep under locks, but they also keep
They're not-
scrolls.
They don't like us. We went there last night and used
They
it
don't
to
like
get in and
they don't like you guys, but they kind of have to like me.
Well, I
Why?
respect that.
Why did they like you?
Because I'm a protector of the city, great friend of the magnate, blah blah blah.
And he could probably blow us all up if he wanted to. I have a feeling.
I
Also,
don't know. We just have to wait till you run out of coffee.
Tolfin is real jealous of the portal in my basement, so.
I am
Yeah,
also
I mean,
jealous.
I think most people who find out that you have a portal in the basement would be kind of jealous. It's
Yeah.
me.
It's alright. I could
I'll
make a
put-
better one, maybe.
Put 5 platinum on the table.
What's this
Mono,
for?
I think
And
Finn was
I
jealous.
want,
We're friends with you.
I want all your languages.
What do you mean all my languages?
I want you to speak to me in every language you know.
Is this a fetish?
No,
It is.
Yeah, it's
I-
totally a,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
totally a
It is.
fetish.
No,
the magical
he
item you sold to me.
He's been
gets off
doing
to it.
this for a while now. Trying to get everybody to talk to it in different like languages. I think it's a fetish.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
I-
weird.
Alaric, what languages do you know?
None that I'm gonna show you.
I say fuck you and Dwarvish.
You learned
I
Dwarvish.
learned Dwarvish.
I know a few languages. Any in particular you want to know?
Not really, just whatever.
I'll just give you a little thing here. Don't tell them Celestial because they don't just follow everything that I'm saying, and I don't want to be that irritated.
Okay, I want to learn Celestial.
He begins speaking in a very fantastical language. Alaric, you can't speak it. Gree, you learn Sylvan.
Can you speak animal? I could become Dew.
He teaches you Draconic, Sylvan, and Deep Speech. Yeah, he's just shouting it.
Okay, guys, now we just have to write letters.
I don't want to share too much information. Maybe I'll tell you some more. But honestly, you should probably go out and meet new people.
Would
Yeah, but
thieves,
that-
would thieves
That
count
requires
count?
effort.
Thieves
Would
count
thieves
is not a
count
language.
I mean,
It's a
it
code.
is-
It's a
It's a
code.
code.
Yeah.
Codes do not count.
Right.
Because you're not speaking another language. You're putting in words where they don't belong.
Alright, bippity-boppity-boop-bop, motherfucker.
You're not doing that.
Now, the
Ixnay
real
on the
question is-
hexnay.
Anything
The real
else you guys would
question is,
like?
Did I spell these right?
Probably not.
That
Sylvan,
should
Sylvan, not
pretty
Sylvian.
Draconic
Sylvia.
and Deep Speech are right. So how do you spell Sylvan?
Just get rid of the I.
S-Y.
Just get rid of the I. Anything else you guys are doing here?
No.
You got
I
any
just
really
wanted
good
to
arrows?
compliment. What?
Like, I'm not talking about like knockback arrows, bro. I'm talking about like the teleport arrows.
I might. Hold on. Kind of reaches down into the drawer, fumbles with some stuff. Pulls out a bundle of arrows. These are just +1. Slides them over. Pulls out 2 adamantine arrows, 1 teleportation arrow, and 1 arrow that has little bits of lightning kind of crackling inside the metal almost, which puts it down. The adamantine arrows are adamantine. You know what that does, right? Takes the teleportation arrow. Shoot this at something, you'll pop into that location. If
You
you,
only have the one.
yep, sorry. It takes the
Okay.
very lightning-y looking arrow. This might make a storm cloud above something and hurt it. And it also, turns into lightning when you shoot it. You-
How much for
Like the
how, how much for the shooting, the teleporting one, and the
Teleportation arrow, I'd say about 50 gold. The lightning one about 80.
I don't remember if I already took out the gold from when we talked about the arrows last time.
Well, if you don't remember, then you gotta take it again.
Got plenty.
I mean, yeah, alright, fair enough.
And if you want the adamantine arrows and the +1 arrows, you could have those too.
For how much?
All the +1 arrows, there are about 15 of them. 150 gold.
I don't want those.
Adamantine
how much did you say
arrows.
the lightning ones?
The lightning one was 80.
Alright.
And the adamantine arrows are 35 each.
Welcome to the shopping section, everyone.
There's always one.
Until I put you guys in the Underdark.
No, I'll just take the
We'll
lightning
find a
arrows.
way. We'll barter with some fish.
The gnome. the non-evil gnomes.
I appreciate it. Thank
No
you.
problem. Shoves it all back in the drawer and closes it. All right.
Well,
Take out my crossbow. You
What
see
is-
this one bolt?
Yeah.
Could you give me the?
What? What? Though?
No, I was just gonna scroll for the sheet for the arrow.
You have the teleport there, right?
Yeah, I have the arrow. Already.
Okay.
The teleport one, not the lightning one.
Yeah. No. What about that bolt?
Do you have a bolt that could like do another thing instead of just what the bolt do? You know?
Takes the crossbow and examines it. I think this bolt is kind of tied to this crossbow. You can't shoot anything outside of it.
Yeah.
And loads a regular crossbow bolt into it and fires, and it just kind of falls out. Yeah. Because there's no string on this. There's no string on this crossbow. It's using magic to fire.
Yeah, that's figures.
well, if we're all
Alaric,
done here,
Stop sighing. You got your new cool sword. Stop being a baby. Let's go.
all right, we're all done here. That was me sighing out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure it was. Mister playing with your sword the whole time.
Yeah.
I imagine he was making noises.
I'll basically just go to Allison, explain that she needs to be in charge till Kevin gets back, and then we can just get on our way.
All right. When you enter, you notice they're preparing and training a little bit, but you just manage to find her and tell her to keep an eye on your people.
Yeah, just tell her the situation that there's something in the other country that's gonna hunt and kill all of us. So I'm gonna go take care of it first.
All right. Anything else you guys are doing in the city?
Just waiting
yeah,
for his
I'm
boots
gonna
to be
pee.
done.
In the city.
I'm just gonna shave, my face.
You're drunk. Make it extra.
Oh my god. You got a point.
How are you drunk? You didn't drink anything.
I'm an alcoholic. I have to drink.
Just
Yeah, but you
doesn't say it.
Had anything this morning?
I don't say when I take a shit.
He's
either,
he's
but
got
I
a
still
beer
do
hat
it.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all really backed up. You shave yourself. You get a very tiny cut on your chin.
God
You
damn.
take 10
I
Just
don't
like
shave
real
my
life.
chin.
damage.
Just
But
like
I don't
real
take-
life.
Like real life.
It's my second chin. That's
But yeah, once we're all ready to go, well, I guess we'll just start walking.
alright. So are we heading to where Gree was born? I'm
We're heading
asking
that
in
direction
character.
anyway. Let's go. Everybody mount up. If you want to buy a horse, buy a horse. You want to buy a rhino again, buy a rhino again. Not sure how long that's gonna last.
I can fly now.
You guys are
I'm
going to
fine.
Thela?
We're going to where Gree was born.
Around
So
Thela?
that
So are you
Thela.
sailing there, or are you traveling on
Sailing
foot?
there.
We
I'm
may as well
assuming we're
travel on
sailing
foot.
It's a straight shot by boat.
We're gonna miss where Gree was born though.
No,
Yeah.
we can just park.
It's on the
and take a
coast.
boat out.
Park.
It's on the
Oh, it's on the
coast.
coast? Okay. Which coast? Because I thought it was like over here.
He died in a coastal cave right here.
Right.
Okay. Alright, yeah, we'll take a ship.
All right.
In a cave.
As you
Yeah, I think
guys are walking through the city, running your errands, you notice coming down from the palace and the noble quarter, a very large force of black sands led by the magnate, Kedani, and Thelma, who are all wearing very ornate armor and robes. You also notice the magnate's horns have bits of fire coming out of the creases in them, and they look like they're on a
His
warpath.
horns?
He's a Tifa.
Yeah, I part the ways and then remember, oh shit, and I run over to my fortitude and I just tell the guys, you're gonna be helping the guard out while I'm gone. See ya.
Okay.
Just explain that situation real quick and then we'll get on the boat.
When
I
the
don't want to
magnate
fucking
passes
roleplay it.
by, I'll just say, "Good luck storming the castle."
Kind of looks to you
Where
and
are they going?
nods. Buy a 10. They're going to deal with Lola's cousins.
Because we skipped over Blex and
They're gonna kill Blex and Leper. They're going down
Are
here.
they gonna exist at some point? Or are
Yes,
they just
they'll exist.
No,
somewhere.
we just killed them.
They're gone.
All right, I wanted to contact I with my thing, my head.
What are you saying?
Hey, I. Well,
Yes.
we're gonna be teleporting like across the world soon. We're
Uh,
not gonna be in town for a while.
all right, you can always contact me.
Yeah. And I just wanted to know if you were okay with being like the contact, so that we could send messages to people in the city, specifically between Alaric and his dumb, men.
You can contact me, and I will send someone to give the messages, or you can contact any other member of our organization, Gree.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you guys were okay with it, because well, it can be kind of demanding and a dick if you don't,
Anything for my friends, I suppose.
Called me his friend.
Friend,
at some point,
I
I'm gonna hear you
suppose.
say that. I'm gonna kick your ass.
What, friend?
No, calling me a dick behind my back, bro. I'm gonna
We've
kick
called you
your
a
ass.
dick to your face.
I
You
prefer
guys-
that behind my back.
You guys literally always talk about how stupid I am, but to literally every enemy and regular
Yes.
person we talk to, I absolutely do not care.
I mean,
I mean,
'cause as a
let's be
character,
fair.
it's true.
As a character.
but Alaric, as a character, you're a dick.
Oh yeah, I know.
All right. So you guys getting on the boat?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Heading towards wherever Gree pointed. I'm assuming we took a map with us so we can like
You have a map
lead us there.
and a compass that is pointing the opposite direction.
Is it?
Or it's
that
or-
compass is
Oh,
broken.
it's pointing this way. You guys are headed this way.
We should really throw that compass out. It's pretty.
Oh, trust me, it works.
I don't think it does.
As you exit, you notice the rain has stopped. The clouds, however, remain but are parting slowly. And the the desert sun
Caltrops exist.
isn't as overbearing as normal. The boat ride to the coast near Thalah is fairly short and pleasant. The heavy clouds persist and has cooled down. There's very little humidity due to them not parting. As you pass by sheer cliff faces that drop into deep gulfs into black sand beaches dotted with jungle and plant life, create a very slow, elevating barrier heading northward. It's very tropical along the coasts. But eventually you would see
You know, this is almost pleasant if we weren't heading towards a terrible destination with a terrible fate. Almost
What,
pleasant.
Thela?
Does the boat ever
I got a
like,
bad
slow
feeling
down?
about this whole thing.
What do you mean slow down? Like just in general?
Like go, yeah.
It does when there's less wind.
Okay, when it slows down, I'm gonna practice like running on the water.
Okay.
But
Like,
anyway.
Occasionally you guys see Gree jump off and just begin running next to the boat, arms behind him.
Like I said though, I got
Extended.
a bad feeling about all this. I don't know.
Well,
Just
we
seems
did.
like every time we go somewhere new, something blows up.
Well, we did go into an entirely new plane of existence for a sword.
We went to an
so
entirely new planet of existence for a sword, but last time we went to a different country or a different city, it
it
ended up
was
floating.
fine. You weren't
It's in
there.
the
That wasn't
ocean.
our fault. That was gonna happen regardless of what we did.
Yeah, that was kind of just a
Just
thing that
saying.
happened.
planning on becoming a alert. You weren't even there for the
Just
ending.
saying.
I don't want to hear.
Every time we go somewhere, something falls apart.
Yeah, you never
Bad
saw it
feeling.
float.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, but I know the outcome.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Do you really though?
You didn't see it. I know the outcome. I know what happened.
was
I'm just
happened on
saying,
Maerk.
in character,
What happened
every
was-
time we go somewhere, things
you
fall apart.
teleported the city into the ocean, and then like cast feather fall so that it floated forever.
I 100% believe that, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, again, it's a bad feeling. Every time we
mean-
go somewhere, something falls apart.
We made Brighttown better.
Remember you, Grandma?
I mean, we kind of... It flooded when we got
flooded
back to it.
but we also got rid of the spires. The spires.
Were those bad?
I mean, they did kind of impede the progress of the ships sometimes.
Did his grandma like mess with the dragon turtle?
You would not know.
I mean,
Damn.
yeah, I guess we took down a bunch of spires, but...
We also saved a
stopped-
bunch of citizens from Mayday.
Killed a bunch of goblins in that one time.
Is
Gonna kill the wit.
Is no
We also
girl
killed a
with us,
god.
by the way?
No. It's just you guys and the skeleton crew to manage
Like I
the boat.
said, I'm just saying, bad feeling.
Alright. You guys continue sailing. Uh, And are you going directly to Thalah or directly to the coastal cave?
Directly where to Gree was stabbed.
Alright.
Or woke up with an ooze, whatever.
You guys eventually Gree, focusing on the coastline as you near it. You see a very large cave entrance, or mouth of a cave, almost like 120 feet in width, and it extends far back into the mountain, and it's pretty pitch dark in there. But
In the cave.
the boat anchors, and you guys get on a rowboat and head off onto the black sand coast. And you see the giant mouth of the cave before you.
That's a big mouth.
Welcome home, I
I
guess.
swear to God, if this leads us into the Underdark. All right, everybody get into a rowboat. I guess we'll just go into the
I'll
cave.
just float beside it.
The cave is on the beach. You have to get out of the boat.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess we're just gonna take a rowboat to the beach. You can't just get
Yeah.
off a ship. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Take the rowboat to
So
the
you,
beach
like,
and then you
float
go.
over.
As you just like Fred Flintstone smelling something good. You just kind of float.
Along the way, I'll just make water like form a bunch of different shapes.
All right. You enter the mouth of the
I
cave.
swear to God, I'm like the only normal person in this entire group. 2 of them can fly. 1 of them doesn't have to breathe.
I can't do that anymore. I understand.
I'm saying it to myself.
You
Alaric
can
falls
also
off the boat
get-
and drowns.
I'm just saying this to myself as I go, come on. Every fucking day, it's
You
always
can
something new
turn
with these
things into
people. Every
gold.
goddamn day.
So, you know,
I'm
you
saying
have
this to
time,
myself. I don't know what you're talking to.
You know.
Out of character, you could turn things into.
I know!
Out of character, you can turn things into gold.
In character,
you
you
know.
can turn things into gold. You know.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop roleplaying. Thank you guys.
Just kill yourself.
Thank God,
Stop being a
please.
character.
Wait,
You-
who's a character?
You enter the very large open mouth of the cave. It extends further
Is there
back.
an ooze language?
No, they speak
What is
elemental.
ooze?
They speak elemental.
I already speak elemental.
You see wide sand, black sand beach that extends far deep into the cave. It's almost like half of a dome carved out of the side of the mountain, the very tall, sheer cliff face. And you enter. It's pretty dark, but most of you have blind or dark vision, I think.
I just draw my sword. Dim light everywhere, 15 feet.
You
Use
That
like
will
a-
make us noticeable.
I don't care.
They're just oozes.
you enter and you look around. There's a few broken ships and boxes laying strewn about. And you walk around the cave. It extends about 55 feet back, hits wall, and there's nothing there. It's just cave wall all along.
Well,
Where's your mom?
I'll take out a torch.
All right. You take up the torch, and it lights the side of the cave wall. Even you have blind sight, so you can see it's almost like a semicircle extending all the way up, about 150 feet, very wide as it slopes down towards the ground.
But there's nothing in here.
You don't notice anything. Make a perception check.
Hey, Gree's mom, are you here?
It's
I
not-
don't think he has a mom.
Well, whatever. I don't know if oozes have gender.
Well, I mean, I don't think he does. Gree, do you have a
Guys.
gender?
You're not funny.
That's an actual question.
Yeah, Roger's kind of like actually.
No, half of oozes do not have gender.
Well, Zer, are you here for Z?
okay,
You-
that wasn't funny.
That wasn't funny at all.
I don't get what you're trying to say. Was that some kind of joke?
There's a set of
Is that a different
stalactites.
language?
Stalactites are the ones from the ground, I think. I'm not sure.
Stalactites
Whatever,
are from the ceiling.
ones
Dang
from-
it! Stalagmites on the ground that kind of lead back into a rockier part of the cave, extending back around 30 feet. Looks like a small hollowed out area that someone had been in. And there's a few boxes broken and strewn about, and a few empty bottles in these boxes. A small desk that has been broken and shattered in the middle.
Well, either someone's been drinking a lot, or how recent is all this? Is there any dust?
No,
It's
that's my bad.
it's fairly old, but not around a year.
Are you? Okay, so
Uh,
I'm just looking at
these
it, going
bottles
through all the bottles.
Look very similar to green fire bottles.
They're all empty.
They're all empty.
All right. Just going through, seeing if I can find anything. I'm not really trying that hard.
Investigation check with disadvantage then.
I'll also look for stuff, I guess. Hey,
Roger, you examine the Alaric bottles.
Yeah, I'm just kind of flipping through the bottles, like.
Roger,
I don't know, guys. I don't think there's anything here.
You examine the table, and you kind of kick the leg out, and it comes off, and a bit of gold falls out. It appears to be a hollowed out table leg.
We got
Nice,
another
how much gold?
gold out here.
Another one.
It's
About
very
This is
common.
the
about
second
20 gold.
one.
About 20 gold.
Take that gold.
I'll take the sword, go to the back of the cave, and it's just a flat wall, right?
It curves downward towards the ground. It's like a dome.
That gold has sentimental value. I'm taking it.
I already took it.
Yeah, it has sentimental value. Please, I didn't take your dad's gold when he gave it to you. Okay.
It didn't give us any gold.
Is there anything along the wall that looks out of place?
Can I look along the wall? Because
You can.
yeah.
Thanks for
You're
taking my
on the
idea. I hope you run with it.
Okay.
He's the one who's good at
Mr.
investigation.
Seven.
Another.
Okay,
You've done that
okay, Mr.
twice.
Seven.
A nat 20 and a 1. What the fuck?
That one.
Mark, as you're examining the walls
Hey, so I
with
just
the
want
torch
to
up,
say, I mean, whatever you find, it's because I pointed it out. You're welcome.
Gree's
We do
torch
not care.
and Alaric's sword guiding the way, shining a bit of light on the edge of the wall. You kind of trace your hands through, and you catch, not on a rock, but something very gelatinous. And you kind of wipe your finger off and look deeper, and it appears to be a crack in the wall that some ooze is seeping out of.
Did you sneeze, Gree?
That's not me.
I don't know, you look
Color
similar.
Is the ooze.
Under the light, with the blue sword and the orange torch, kinda green, kinda blue.
I've got my dancing lights. I don't know what you expect.
I don't know, Gree. It looks kind of like you. You got the same eyes.
The crack it's seeping from is about like 4 inches in length and about 1 inch
I'll knock
wide.
on the wall like it's a door.
I'm just gonna stare at Gree.
Knock on rocks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit it with my sword.
The ooze or the
I'm just
wall?
gonna stare at Gree.
Can you not do that? You're gonna hit the
You
wall
wanna
with your
go
sword.
in there?
Yeah.
Gree?
I was. Yep.
Yeah.
I do wanna do
that's
that.
what I
Can you
was
not hit the
expecting. Okay. Please,
I was gonna
please
hit the
go in.
wall and break it down, but if you want to go in there, go in there.
Let's not hit
Can
the
I
wall.
even fit in there?
There is the ooze taking up space in it right now. But
I'm
otherwise
gonna-
you could.
Maybe you can meld with the ooze.
That's not.
Become
that's
one
not-
with the
I mean,
ooze.
can't you
That
like
works.
talk to it or something? I don't know.
I'll try and talk to it.
What do you say?
I'll telepathically link to it and be like.
What words do you say though?
I don't know. Like, hey, bud.
You try to develop a telepathic link to this ooze, and it kind of feels like TV static for a minute, but then you feel like a white-hot flash in your head. It persists for like a single second. You kind of almost stumble to your knees, blink your eyes, the ooze retracting into the seep, and you hear very faintly in elemental birthplace.
Birds, come out. Come on.
Yo,
Okay.
Joe.
I
Or
don't
no,
know
sorry.
what.
Hey, Gree. I don't know what you said to it, but I think you might have made fun of its mom.
That's something. Do you guys don't speak elemental? It just said birth.
I know.
So
I don't know. I'm just going with what it looks like, dude. You got it to run
No.
away.
Bro, you
Maybe
said
you hurt
good
its
mom.
feelings.
Maybe you should
Alright,
go in there.
I'm going in the
after
hole.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Gree squeezes into the hole.
It's
As-
closer
So
left
I
behind.
say we start taking bets. Now I think he's gonna come out slightly bigger than before.
We could
I
plug
think-
the hole and just
We
leave.
could, we could plug the hole, but again, I'm taking bets. So who wants to?
I got 10
I
gold.
think-
Comes out
I
different.
think he's gonna come out a different. He's gonna come out blue instead of green.
Blue instead of
already
green. Okay,
have-
so that's 10 gold down for you. I'll put 10
I have-
gold. He's just bigger. And
I'll put
Roger,
10
what was your
gold.
bet?
Nothing happens. I'll put 10
I
gold.
have a
Nothing
blue
happens?
spot.
Alright.
I have a blue spot on my hand already.
It's gonna turn green when you turn blue.
All right, everybody, that's the bets. Bets are down. Let's see what happens.
You snake your way through, following the ooze in front of you.
Literally snaking.
Yeah, literally snaking. The crack gets a little wider and then a little thinner. It appears to be where fresh water was spilling from. Don't say it. Don't say it. You can tell this is probably where fresh water was seeping out underneath the mountain from a spring of some kind.
Sure.
And as you follow, you kind of focus with your blind sight as you keep going. This thing that's trailing is extremely long, and you can't find the end of it. And it's been moving for about 3 minutes at this point.
Okay. I dash.
Okay. Are you trying to catch up to it?
No, No, I'm just following.
Continue following.
Mhm.
It continues moving.
We're gonna make you roleplay news, Frog.
It continues moving and moving and moving. Another minute passes. It's just continuing to move. You can tell it's moving this direction.
Think he's dead?
Towards the water,
Towards the,
towards the city.
It's moving northeast. And it continues for another minute
Okay,
and another
I'm gonna
minute.
continue on.
How long would you like to follow him for?
he's been in there a while.
It's been about 5 minutes at this point.
10 more minutes of
Alright.
snaking
You
along.
continue to follow. It's a very slow pace. You're not getting very far, but you follow for another 10 minutes. It doesn't end. Make a perception check.
Out of character, I say you keep going. 'Cause if you give up, nothing's gonna happen.
He's gonna get to Thala before he goes. Gree, as you're following around the 8-minute mark on that 10 minutes of following, you notice another path that leads up, and it probably is the freshwater vein, but this one avoids it and goes down another path that looks like it's been carved out, and that's the one you've been following.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep following.
Right? For how much longer?
Well, first for the 10 minutes.
Yep, 10 minutes is up. You gonna continue to follow it?
Yeah.
Maybe he's dead. Maybe we should just leave.
No, I'm gonna give it some minutes. I made a bet.
It's literally been 15 minutes. It's fine.
How much longer?
Yeah, I keep following.
You know, I'm gonna be real with you guys. It's been a really quiet 15 minutes. I'm kind of enjoying
The
it.
inside of that cave is pretty peaceful with the waves washing up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit down, rest
How,
the sword over
like,
my
how
legs.
close is this to Thala? Like,
It's less than 5 miles. Or not less
I
than
keep
5 miles.
going.
It's about 15, 20 miles.
Hmm.
For how much longer?
20 minutes.
Right, 20 minutes passes, it continues further and further. As you're continuing on, around the 5-minute mark after this first set of 10, you feel a bit of pressure, and it's not coming from the walls of the seep. It's almost like it's inside you. And as you progress for those 20 minutes, it gets a bit heavier, and a bit heavier, and a bit heavier.
Is the thing getting small?
No, it stays about 1 inch the entire way through.
I continue.
And you continue on for another 20, 22 minutes, and you feel another white-hot flash. Come home.
Sidra, you want to use the thing to talk to us, or the?
I don't think he can.
He's out of range.
He's
by now.
He could telepathically communicate with us.
No, that's only 100 feet.
The rings
I
are a
still have
mile.
the earring, though.
And it's in his
These are
ooze.
5 miles.
It's in his ooze, so
If he wanted to, he can, but he doesn't have to.
how much longer are you
I'll
following for?
contact them and be like, I'll contact them with the earring and be like, it's getting me to follow them, and you guys can't really follow with. gonna
We'll
keep
stay
going.
here. Keep going.
Just making sure you're still alive.
Yeah, for now. I'll probably die. It won't be a big deal. You guys will like me anyways. And I keep going.
Grease depressed. How much longer are you following for?
You guys don't
20 more
want
minutes.
Yep, 20 more minutes. The seep changes direction a little more northward at this point,
It attacks me.
and it enters what appears to be metal pipes. And it continues on.
Okay. Can I? Okay, yeah, I follow.
It continues on and on and on. These appear to be some sort of metal pipe work for some sort of civilization.
It's been like an hour, right?
It's been like an hour and a half at this point.
Don't worry, guys. I'm okay.
You continue on and on. You notice these pipe works almost like a maze, and some of them point upward, but this thing is continuing a straight line.
Okay.
Right, still following? How much longer?
You're having an ooze in your pipes.
Half an
Those
hour.
suck.
Right, another half an hour passes. It exits the pipes eventually. The pipes were about 10 feet long, or the 20 feet long that you went through. They basically snaked around in many directions. Continue on, enters another seep, and the pressure gets heavier and heavier. And you hear the words "sun" and another hot flash.
Like S-U-N or S-O?
S-O-N. You hear
I
another.
like the music.
You get another flash, and you hear the word Rearderies, or the name Rearderies.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
I know you don't.
I'm guessing it's the name of the Oosire. I
Another
continue for
another-
like another hour.
another flash. Awakener. Pressure's really, really heavy at this point. You almost feel drowsy now, even though you're not expending much.
Rearderies?
Rear. I'll type it in chat.
Like rears and butt?
No.
It's a really dumb name for.
Okay, Boker.
Okay, Boker.
Okay, Booker.
Hey, Poker.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
It's an ooze. It has to have a weird name.
You continue on for another hour.
Can barely. It's a monster. So Yeah.
The pressure getting more intense.
3
You feel
hours at this
drowsy. 3 hours at this point. Are you guys still in the cave?
This is the most peaceful 3 hours I've ever.
You guys are
had.
taking. I'm guessing you guys are probably taking a nap.
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
All right.
chill and see the rapids.
I've just got like I got a bullet in my hand, just throwing it and catching it.
Like if I had an iPod or something, I'd be fucking jamming out. Right?
Oh, am I still within a mile of them?
It's 5 miles for the
Not within 5 miles either. You're about 10 miles out.
I'm doing
Before I get there,
Shadow
can I
puppets.
contact?
You could have contacted them before you exited the range. You would understand the range.
Yeah.
I'm using.
I'm gonna contact them and say,
Use the Sing Eye pair.
I'm using dancing lights.
Okay,
to,
I'll
make
put the
shadow
eyes
puppets
up
with,
to my eyes.
and I'll do the same.
Mark makes shadow
make
puppets.
shadow puppets with Jake. and
Okay.
Eric.
So they can see through my
Gree, you force the seeing eye pair into the front of your ooze. It looks like googly eyes. Roger, your vision clears and you see dark, very thin crevice and a small green flicker that he's moving towards continuously.
Every once in a while, I'll just peep back and see what's going on.
At the 3-hour mark, the pressure is intense at this point. You feel as if you have 3 of you on your back. The crevice isn't any thinner. In fact, it's gotten a little wider. It's about 3 inches at this point.
Still hurts.
And you
Because
continue
I've
on.
been inching along for
Yeah.
so long. I've never done it this.
You noticed around when you hit the 45-minute mark, it sped up, and you sped up with it. You're going marginally fast at this point. And you keep following.
Mhm.
How long?
An hour.
Alright, another hour
2 hours.
passes. Another 2 hour
However
pass.
long it takes.
You
My
feel
phone died. Hold on.
you feel more pressure. It's getting intense at this point. You can barely keep your eyes in air quotes open. You feel as if you've worked out for about a week straight with no breaks. You just feel sore all over you. Sore in your mind. And another flash. Family. Continue on for another hour.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure gets not much worse. It stays at this level. A flash again.
Do I hear things?
No,
like
you're not
when I
hearing-
look through these?
You're hearing. No, it's just sight based.
you need a hearing ear
I
pair.
see.
for that.
A hearing ear pair, yeah. You need a hearing aid, basically.
Don't you guys have more of those?
And you need a tasting tongue pair.
You
Don't they have more of the same?
you have enough seeing eye pairs for all of you to use.
hand puppets.
Uh,
Does everybody else put them on?
Roger's been
I
putting them
just-
on and off every now and then.
I'm not.
Mark doesn't even know about them.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
toss
don't-
them on
I
and
don't
say,
know
let's
they
see
exist.
what he's seeing. Maybe it's gonna be something neat.
It's
I
really
don't-
not.
It's a
I
dis-
don't think I have any.
You don't. It's a disgusting pile of ooze that he's chasing through a tiny little
Yeah.
crevice.
I'm just gonna put them on. Watch anyway. Nothing else to do here.
Take out a book.
Gree,
I don't read.
you enter more pipes.
Ah.
And these are fairly flat, but they continue on for a long time. and you feel another flash, and you hear no words, but you get the image of this giant wall of green, and it disappears from your mind.
Do I recognize it from my vision?
It looks
When I
similar,
was in the
but it looks bigger.
no, that's not good.
You continue on.
That's
Yeah.
the I just start reading books.
Okay.
My infinite books.
Your
that
infinite
I
book.
have.
You continue onward. You feel no more pressure. It alleviates at this point. Once you enter the pipes, it's almost all gone. You can move almost. It feels refreshing. You can hear the sounds of water rushing around you, maybe through these pipes. You don't know. You hear clanging above you, far above you, and the sounds of what appear to be hoof steps.
Hoof
Yeah, I'm in the-
steps or footsteps?
Hoof. You
Like a horse.
figure you've probably entered civilization at this point, and you continue onward, and you get another flash in your head. No more words. The same picture of the giant green wall, except it's surrounded by a person, a few small animals, a much larger looking person, all of them retaining features of half-ooze, but also looking kind of decrepit and decayed, almost like skeletons. And it looks like the ooze is holding them together, and then it vanishes, and you readjust, and the ooze you've been following is gone. But a pipe is
It's
straight above you.
gone.
Yeah, a pipe is straight above you. Much bigger
Is it
than the
the
other ones.
only direction?
It continues on forward, but it turns. You can't really see down it, but the pipe above you, a bit of sunlight is leaking in.
I'll go up it
Right.
if I can.
You can.
I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
You snake up it. It takes about a minute going up, but you exit and it widens. You can almost fit your entire normal body in here, and you peer out, and there's 2 bars and a small slat, and it looks out onto a road, and you see a few footsteps walking through puddles, a building on the other side of a cobble street.
It's the city.
It is Thela.
My monastery's not in the city.
It's near it. It's kind of in the jungles a bit, up a mountain.
Okay. That's why I didn't see
How long has
anything
it
else.
been?
It's
4 or
it's
5
about
hours?
5-6 hours.
When you guys see this, you probably
Yeah, I'll
You know to
recognize Tail right away.
You
Well,
would
the
you
fuck
would
I went
know
all the way
you
to
would
Thela.
you would know Thela looks nothing like most Genesaean cities.
this
Oh.
is Thela.
Yep.
What, you know.
All right, everybody get back on the ship. Gree, just wait for us there. We'll be there in a bit.
You can't hear us.
Okay.
Gree, the bars in front of you kind of have the same greenish slime on them that some of the cave walls had deeper into the seep, but you did not touch them.
I'll touch it.
Okay, you touch them, they're bars, and it feels like they've had slime on them. What do you do now?
There's nothing else around me, like in this.
From what you can see,
What kind of room am I in?
you're in a storm drain.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Is there? I'll go back down and.
Alright.
Wait, is there anything in that room or the storm drain, whatever?
A bit of water on the sides. Not really.
But no, nothing like. Okay.
It
I'll
leads out
go
onto
back
the
down
streets
and
of
try
Thela.
and- Yeah. Yeah. That's not good. Yeah, I'll go back down to the little pipe.
You go down.
Continue.
You continue forward, it turns and snakes, and then it separates in multiple different directions. There is one to the left, right, straight forward, one down, and one above. Which one do you take?
Are there any green trails?
There's green all over it.
Can I do like the thing in like the Amazing Spider-Man where I have webs?
What do you mean?
Have you seen him? The
I
Amazing
don't
Spider-Man?
remember it.
I'll find the scene.
Damn it, Joe.
Christ, Joe.
Just explain it.
I'm not good at that.
Just explain it.
Like feel vibrations. Basically.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Where's perception? Damn.
You feel vibrations for a moment, and then a bit of water kind of falls past you,
Oops.
onto you, and over you.
How long does it take to use the compass?
To make it find another person. It takes. You have to rest with
This
it.
is okay. Yeah, and I'll actually.
Left to right, straight forward, down and up.
No. I. How many seeing eye pairs do I got? I don't
You
know.
have one pair
Like
of seeing
one?
eyes.
So I have 2 of them.
Yeah, you have
on
2
me.
seeing eyes, and
Every
requires.
once in a while, while we're walking out to the boat, I'll be looking back at the eyes to see if he's
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
anything.
Okay.
I'll leave one down here, so I can see through it.
All right.
Like how it was during the. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Like how, that fucking puzzle.
So where are you going now?
I'm gonna go back to up the storm dream.
You exit out the storm drain.
He's gonna sleep in the storm drain.
You exit out of it.
I seep through it.
You look around. No one appears to be coming down the streets, and you
Could he fit
seep
all of-
through it.
Could he fit all of his items through that fucking?
They like
can
exist
put
in
'em
his
in the bag of
ooze
holding.
and or his bag of
Just
holding,
Just put 'em in the back of holding.
which can be like folded up. You kind of snake your way through. Your clothes reform onto your body. You go down the streets. No one appeared to notice you. But you are now in
Make a
Thela.
stealth check.
I mean, if you're trying to hide from someone,
Just like hide coming out of the
yeah, make a stealth check.
ooze layer. I didn't want anyone to see that. You know.
I figured. There appeared to be no one on the streets.
Alright.
No
Um,
one on
I'm
the
gonna go-
streets. That's bad.
I'm gonna kind of explore the city, just looking for the docks a little bit.
You wait a few hours, and the rest of you eventually would arrive, turning into the Black Sand Bay, the elevation sinking far down into a valley, and you see a medium town of stone and wood sitting along a stretch of bustling piers just in front of a large canopy of jungle trees. The house is made of stone, red jungle wood, and yellow thatch. Very different than most other cities you've seen here. And the height of the mountains next to it and the jungle canopy gives it a very constant shade, and it's a very pleasant climate over here.
It's good to be back. I'm assuming we see Gree sitting there.
Yeah,
or
you just see
whatever.
Gree like
Eating.
grabbing a fish out of the water and chomping on his head.
Well, I'm on rations.
I know. It's just funny to
So,
imagine.
Gree, what'd you find anyway? More green shit?
It's in the city, or under the city somewhere. Not sure.
We could ask Skaz where that is.
No.
I
Don't
know
mention
what
it.
a
Do
Skaz
not
is.
not mention
I
this
told you
to
about
anyone.
him. Why?
I don't want them to take help.
If anyone knows about it, it's probably him.
No, we can ask about it. Just don't say like we're looking for a giant green thing under in the sewer.
It's gonna be really weird when we ask, hey, have you heard of a giant green thing in
Yeah,
the sewers?
no reason.
Just ask for rumors. I'm sure
This isn't-
We're in a city.
Yeah, this is.
We're in a city. If we ask for rumors, we're gonna be hearing about how old man
monster
Johnson's secretly banging his
monster.
daughter.
Yeah.
Monster.
I don't know,
rumors.
dude. Monster rumors?
Or like rumors of half oozes, something like that, man.
He's decently trustworthy. We can trust him.
Do not mention it. I'm very serious about this.
Why?
I don't want people to know.
Why?
Did you want people to know about your dad? That he was
I
like,
don't care. He's
okay,
doing his own thing.
you might not.
Fine.
You might
Don't
not.
mention it. Just don't mention it.
If you say so.
We'll do him this kindness. Don't mention it. But I don't know how you're expecting to find answers if we're not going to be specific, especially to somebody who knows probably everything around the city in the first place.
You know how to hint around. Come on. Seen
No.
that before.
When you're looking
You-
for something specific, it's nice to be specific about it.
If we're gonna be looking for something specific, we have to put in more details. More details means you're gonna be more upset. If we
I
say
mean-
we're looking for something that might be an ooze in the sewer,
It seems.
or we're looking for
and like,
rumors about an ooze or this or that,
It's
or
gonna be
I
very
guess we could
suspicious.
ask. We could ask about any mysterious happenings in the sewers, but that's just gonna lead us back to square one. I get what you're saying. I understand that you want to be safe about it, but we're gonna have to take some risks to actually get answers.
That's
for
fine.
you.
There's no one we should trust besides him with
I-
this information.
And
I don't know who this guy is. I'd have
yeah,
I
agree.
vouch for him. He's a good
That's-
man.
I don't know if I
Sorry.
trust you entirely either.
You vouched for your dad.
And he helped us greatly. I don't see the point.
We didn't know that at the time, though. He could have like led us into a trap. He could have been
I
not
didn't.
been your
I-
dad.
He didn't. I'm more or less distrusting because it's a thief.
You're more or less distrusting because you have a fucking curse on you.
Yeah,
It's a thief. I don't know if we should trust a thief.
you
Or
trust
spy.
me.
We're trying to get him
I
to be a
barely
spy.
trust any of you.
Let's talk to him about the spying first. Yeah. Okay.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
we'll ask the thief about the spy ring. Good idea. Let's get going then.
Alright, onwards to. Hang on, I have to find the thing. Give me a second.
Is there
I-
hey, Frog?
He says onwards as he points north, and he's like, "Wait a minute, you gotta check the map. Hang on."
Onwards
They're
to.
like- Is there like an
You're
adventure?
like a dad at an
fee?
amusement park.
There's not a guild here.
Like no, does one exist in general?
In the
Running
in the
on a, like-
world?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are adventurers
Well, like
guilds.
in the city.
In this city, no.
No, all right, in this country
In
specifically.
this country, yes. There's one in Jadal, there's one in Hallday, most of the major
Yeah,
There's
cities.
not one.
This
There's not
is
one
just a
here.
And
smaller
we
one.
haven't really
This
interact-
this is
we
a
don't
s-
really interact with
yeah.
them.
This is a small fishing town.
Okay.
Fishing and lumber.
To the hole in the wall.
With a lot of sewers, apparently. That's pretty advanced for a fishing hamlet.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
This place
Now Frog rewrites his
resembles
lore.
Alaric, this place would resemble Demalt and Solia a lot more than it does Genesee in its structure.
Okay.
Wonder
So
what
I'm
the
just gonna
history
go
of
ahead
this
and
town is.
look around and just take it all in, feel kind of comfortable, relax a little bit.
Nostalgic.
The nostalgia critic attacks.
Yeah, I'm going straight to the hole in the wall.
All right.
Hey, there's the alley where I got beat up.
The other alley where I get beat up. And the other alley where I get beat up.
I beat that guy up though.
Just like Captain America.
You eventually make it to the hole in the wall, which appears to be a kind of dusty general store. This large half-orc fellow at the counter, the shelves lined with various goods. He looks kind of bored, to be honest, and this town itself is kind of sleepy. Who posted something?
I'm gonna go get a snack.
Jake's power went out.
Alright, as I was saying, then remember we're gonna go meet a thief in a city and feel immediately uncomfortable. My power decided to cut off for no discernible reason. There's no storm, there's no rain, there's nothing out there as a matter of fact. It's quite dry, but here we are. Here we are.
Zeus is coming for you.
Zeus has attacked everyone but Vesper today.
Well,
Jeez.
that was pretty unexpected. I gotta say, it shocked me. I thought for a minute I died. Everything went black.
Well,
I'm serious. Like everything, the whole house, all my lights, everything shut off at the same time.
Oh.
I thought I died. Badass.
My
Well-
power went up before the stream. Frog's power went up before the stream, and we've been
No,
streaming for
my
like
my
3 or 4
internet
hours.
my internet went out. Not my power.
Perfectly streaming for 4 hours, and then Jake, who doesn't have a storm going on right now, his power goes
My
out.
power goes down. Oof.
Oh,
Hang on, I'll be back
jeez.
to roll through in a hot second, but you guys can continue. I'm
Well,
listening.
Vesper
so
went to go
I'm
get some
going.
food.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Give me a minute.
This is quite the quite the assault.
Quite the day.
God,
Zeus
look,
is unrelenting.
look at
I'll be
Skinny
right back.
Gree. He's not. He's so ugly. Can you imagine if that, like, I kept Skinny Gree? He doesn't look
No.
good.
I don't know, I just want my internet to be back. I don't have to fucking talk on this phone the entire time. This is gonna be a weird YouTube stream. Like, when we upload it,
Don't worry.
it'll be fucking bizarre. I guess, third break. Yo, for real though, I'm really excited. Cause after this, oh Jesus Christ, what excited. Oh, anyway, after this, I got some s'mores Oreos, and they
Ew.
slap, dude. They're so good.
Ew.
Dude, they fucking slap. It's like eating it's just like eating s'mores.
Jake, just make s'mores
Hey,
I mean,
that's
why would I
bad.
do that when I have the Oreo s'mores?
because they're awful.
Dude, have you had them?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
Yes,
You're
I
just
have.
saying that. You're just
No.
saying that.
No, we went to Walmart and we bought them the other day.
I don't believe you. Not for a second. Show me
No,
the
'cause I
stories.
But they're at my friend's house.
How convenient.
What? Oh my god.
I don't have them.
Yeah, my girlfriend's in the next town over.
Bro, my girlfriend's from Canada. Don't worry. Jesus, I promise.
So are we waiting for Jake, or are we just...
Jake,
Or just Frog?
Jakey, good. I think that is a no.
He just died.
He just actually died this time.
Well, I'm
Zeus
popping some
struck us.
popcorn anyways, so.
Oh my god.
That's a good. I'm gonna make some popcorn.
What? We're not playing right now.
The moment you guys leave, he's gonna come back.
No, like, it's already popping. I'm just waiting.
Oh.
This break in the stream was brought to you by Smart Water. Actually
It
brought
is
to you
breaking
by
stream
just
brought to
water
you by Pop
in a Smart Water
Secret.
bottle. Pop Secret.
I forgot my fucking ID is when I had long hair. It freaked me out for a second. I forgot who it was.
Forgot who I was.
I can't tell if I heard the beeping in my ear or in. Was it in my house or was it in someone else's house?
No beeping here.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, I think that was in my house then. I'll be back.
Jake,
Oh man.
are you back?
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, it's still connected to the internet, so it's gonna take a while. Again, I can play, I just can't roll. So you guys just have to roll for me. That's all.
Alright.
Ves-
we have to
Well,
wait till
Vesper literally
Joe
just went to get
gets
us
back.
popcorn.
I told
Oh
you.
my
I
God.
literally said
Oh
the
my
moment you
god.
get back, they
This
will
is the
fuck you.
worst stream.
I didn't
Playing
literally fucking say
disaster since before the game even started. Yikes. I mean, we
Can't we
can
just have
here.
one
It's
game?
actually a good spot to end it.
I mean, to be
it
honest,
is.
we could. Let's
I
do
don't
it.
care.
Let's do it. Thanks, guys, for watching Natural One. Hope you enjoyed the 15 minutes of everyone being powered out and getting food. We'll catch you here next time, this Sunday. Bring your friends.
Yeah, man.
Goodbye.